All right, we're live. Slide job. What's up, everyone? How's it going? I don't feel like doing an intro, so everyone introduce yourselves. I spent the whole weekend at the track. You should know who I am.
DannyBTalks. That's all you got to know about me. I can finally have some advertisement on my videos. Where the heck is Black Flags Matter?
I don't know, man. So what's up, guys? It's Black Flags Matter here. So yeah, Danny B got monetized before I did, so he won that. He's winning in that category, so good job. I still haven't gotten monetized yet, but once again, I'm not just doing this for the money and stuff. It's just fun little hobby I do. But it would be nice to get paid just a little bit for my work on YouTube. But we'll see. Maybe I might get it, maybe I might not. So we'll just wait on that. And also expect a new upload. Expect a new upload on Friday as well. So now I'm gonna move it on to Eric.
Yo, guys, Eric here. Thanks everyone for being here tonight. Goodness, KamikazeGames being attacked by wolves, but that's okay. We hope we'll come out of that on top. But yeah, glad to be here. And yeah, I'll throw it over to I guess our guests. I guess I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
All right, I guess I'll go first. How's it going, everyone? This is Griffdawg. Thank you so much, Jarrett, for having me on this podcast. And hopefully good things are going to happen. And hopefully Kamikaze has his problem solved.
That's me out, man.
And then that's just Kamikaze.
No, sir. I do not have it solved at the moment. My name's KamikazeGames, and I got to settle down a dog. BRB.
All right. Best intro of the night.
Yeah.
Let's slow it down really quick. Even though it's not on Eric's channel, I am gonna limit myself to 2 cuss words the whole stream. It's a fun challenge.
Good job.
I think I'm just gonna do this the whole time. Give that way down the road when I have to bleep them out for any given reason. I'm like, I don't have to look for many.
Do you want to go through and get them done now, or do you want to let them go sporadically throughout the night?
Nah, let's save them for later. I don't know. Like I have nothing really after this weekend to be mad about, so I don't think I might not use them. I only used one last week.
We can see Kamikaze's dog here now.
Oh man, gosh, we have even more guests on the show this week. Holy Lord.
Pupper in the stream.
What is up, dog?
All right, life is good again.
Yes. Cute dog, by the way.
Take 2. Let's go.
Pupper is good. All right. Should we just go straight into the weekend? Just start at the race?
So for once, the Cup Series race was the most exciting thing that happened over the entire weekend.
Oh my gosh, dude, the whole weekend was actually pretty cool. That Truck Series race, though. Whoa. That was, first off, a huge shout out to John Hunter Nemechek. If that were me and my gas man literally did not fill up the whole tank and I lost on the last lap, I would have probably just gone off on the gas man. But, he had a lot of class and stuff. He was like, it's a team effort and all that stuff. Obviously, he was upset, but he should have won that race. But, congrats to Brett Moffitt, man. 3rd win of the season.
A week where he wasn't even supposed to be racing until, last second sponsors stepped up. So that's a cool story right there. It's a shame to see a team that's doing so well struggling for sponsorship, but at least, they are at the end of the day able to get something done,
They're going to win the championship. They were my pick before the season to win the championship, and he's keeping his end of the bargain. He's going to win the championship.
We'll see. As long as he gets sponsorship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully he'll get sponsorship, and then he can worry about winning the championship.
Mm-hmm. Now, even if he had to take some races off for not having a sponsorship, can he still be eligible for the playoffs and everything?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's a rule about that. I don't remember specifically.
If originally the rule is you have to attempt to qualify for every race weekend, and I know they grant waivers for injuries. I don't know if they'll grant a waiver for not having a sponsor. I don't know how that would work.
Well, if his team is having trouble finding sponsorship, can he just find another Truck Series ride just to run for a few races so he doesn't miss any?
Not quite that simple. It just all depends on how the team feels about that, I guess.
Well, he is he's 2nd in the standings, or he's 1st, right?
2nd behind Sauter, I believe.
He is 2nd.
The thing is, it comes down to a lot with the team, but also comes down to a lot with the driver. If the driver is not really attracting sponsorships with that team, it's honest. As bad as it sounds, it's hard for another team to also find sponsorships for him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, fact checked. He's third behind Noah Gregson and Johnny Sauter right now.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, Steve O'Donnell's son-in-law.
I guess.
Oh, you know what?
I'll tell you one thing. I started watching Noah Gregson's vlogs as of lately. They're actually more entertaining than I thought they'd be, and I'm fine with it. Like he feels genuinely almost like he's actually like a NASCAR YouTuber, not just a NASCAR driver who's out vlogging. Like he's actually pretty goofy, having a good time. I kind of like it.
Can we just straight out say he doesn't feel like it's not feeling like watching Ty Dillon? Can we just say that?
Yeah.
I'm not subscribed to him actually.
And also, I surpassed Ty Dillon's sub count, so I'm beating him in that category.
Woo!
There's a lot of people beating Ty Dillon.
I just want to point out the fact that I picked the winner in like I think 2 of the races this past week. So, and I think my worst pick or my pick or that was the worst was Harvick and finishing 3rd. So, just props to me. Props to me. No, I got to say, I think the Xfinity race was probably the only one that was sort of a dud compared to the rest because I like the ARCA race. The truck race was good, and then the Cup race was good, especially for a mile and a half, but just in general.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do want to say I caught Natalie Decker's crash on camera from my spot, so that was pretty cool.
Oh,
Dude, she's gotta step up, man. Like, I don't know, like she should be running at least top 7. You know, it's ARCA.
She shouldn't be 2 laps down.
Yeah.
Like in Venturini equipment.
I know.
Where did the other 2 finish?
The other 2 females?
Yeah.
They were 3 laps down. They were so bad. They were so bad, man. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Ooh, that's not a good look for them.
Yeah, not good luck.
Oh, still better than Danica. Anyway, what about the Xfinity race? Anything you guys
I bet Danica would have done well in an ARCA car.
Probably. She probably
at a
would.
plate track, but
No, I think she'd been good at short tracks. I think Danica's problem was the big intermediate tracks. She was terrible there.
yeah. Did anyone think of anything of the Xfinity race really, other than Larson sliced through the field like a hot knife through butter?
I'm trying to remember the Xfinity race.
I was at a wedding the entire day, so I completely missed it.
I was at a water park all day, so
I really
Good deal.
I just really dislike Michael Annett even more. You know, he got the extension too, if you didn't hear it.
I
For
saw
no-
that.
Of course, yeah.
For no apparent reason. Like, who does he know in that sponsorship again? Does his dad know someone or
Wasn't it
whatever?
like a father-in-law or something.
you know, I think someone said something. It's actually that one controversial guy we were talking about earlier, Darian. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can't figure out what that was exactly.
So, like, let me get this straight. So Ryan Preece doesn't have a full-time ride. He's won a race, but somehow Michael Annett can still. I mean, that's the state of the sport now, guys. You don't have to be the most talented. You just have to have the biggest checkbook. So.
Okay, chat's about to go crazy, but here's my controversial NASCAR opinion of the day. Michael Annett is above average, but his crew chief is terrible.
Who?
Have at it. Always have at it.
Well, explain yourself. Why?
Wait!
Yeah,
I didn't even hear him. What did he say?
I said that Annett is an above average driver. It's just that his crew chief is terrible. And I'm going to say this. So he did decent in RPM equipment. He got like 6th in the standings that 2013, I think. And that's in RPM equipment. And RPM has never been good, even in Xfinity.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I mean, when Dakota Armstrong signed on the next year, I think he got 10 top 10s. And then the next year after that, maybe 3 in the same equipment. I want to say someone's going to have to look on Racing Reference for that.
I'm Kamikaze. I'm literally right there, and he finished 15th in standings that year, 2013. So
really? That year, 2013 was the year that he got injured, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
He did
yeah,
get
that's
hurt. He
right.
did get hurt.
Yeah.
That's right.
It would have been 2012 that he had a decent season.
All right, let me check that.
So
I'll be your guys' fact checker.
I'm looking
Yeah.
here about
I've
more
been
about
Yeah,
looking
you
more
finished
about
5th. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're good, Kamikaze.
I'm looking here more about Michael Annett's pilot sponsorship deal. Apparently, TMC Trucking is Annett's dad's company, and they have a deal with Pilot to where they sponsor Michael, and it also reflects back with the trucking company.
Mm.
That makes sense.
still, I mean, that ride is being hogged up by him, and he only won top 5 in I don't know how many races since he's joined the team with JR Motorsports. Not a bad team, mind you, a championship contending Xfinity Series team. I mean, I can name 5 other drivers that deserve that ride more than him.
Well,
Regan Smith. Well, go ahead.
Who is his crew chief?
Who's his crew chief? Yeah, I don't know his crew chief.
I don't actually know.
Someone behind the scenes is screwing it up over there. That's all we know.
Well, I say this because in qualifying for the Xfinity race this week at Chicagoland, I saw him sail into turn 1, and he was in the green until he got loose in the center of the corner, and then he was about a half second off the whole rest of the lap. And I'm thinking, you can do that once and it's understandable, but if you keep going out there week after week, there's got to be something down the pipeline that's causing that.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting opinion. I figured Kamikaze would have just hated Mike Oldnet like he does Ty Dillon, but
I did. Then he sucked so much that I actually started feeling sorry for him. Now I like him.
It's come full circle.
right.
What do you think of Larson winning in the Xfinity?
Oh, screw that. Burn it with
It
fire.
happened.
Who finished? I actually don't know who finished second. Like, where was the highest non-lead at?
Didn't
Yeah,
Custer?
Kevin Harvick was second.
Custer was 3rd, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For God's sake.
Dog is back.
Yeah. Toad Custer finished 3rd. Good job for him. And
Oh man, yeah. We want you on one day. Don't get offended.
yeah, I'm just kidding. I kid because I care. I don't know who else finished where and stuff, but I guess another notable guy that was running good, Justin Allgaier, was running pretty good all day, I think.
Yeah, he finished 7th in that race. Darian.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll be completely honest. Like halfway through the Xfinity race, I just laid down and tried to even out my farmer's tan to no avail. Trust, it's bad. Like it's not as bad as it was Sunday when I was did that little 8-minute stream, but it was it's bad. I was looking because we had to drive from town to town for my work, and I looked in the mirror and I saw my shirt come up and I just see white and then red. I'm like, oh, buddy. I'm like, I need to wear long sleeves or sleeveless. Oh, let's see. Wait, Hamrick had his debut? When was
Richmond. That was Richmond. That was a long time ago.
That's what I thought. What? Why are we talking about Richmond?
I guess
How
maybe
many
he just
drunk
wanted
people did I see? What was the attendance numbers at Chicagoland this weekend?
5.
I didn't
Not,
see
not there, the infield.
I didn't see what the attendance was, but I saw a tweet that said the ratings for this weekend's Cup race were the highest Chicagoland ever had on NBCSN.
And it probably has a lot to do with Dale Jr. being a broadcast booth.
Which I said this last week. I really hope that would make a difference, and I'm actually surprised that it did, to be honest.
And I think that factor and this race going the way it did and the finish it ultimately had is going, and especially as going to Daytona next week, that'll be a big factor into probably a good amount more people wanting to watch next weekend.
I'm just surprised that it went up, given that I know it's kind of 4th of July week, and they tried to hype it up like that, and that's I guess kind of a fun weekend. But it went from, it used to be the first race of the playoffs, and I feel like that's a pretty big event for that racetrack. So I'm surprised.
We hated it.
Yeah,
I can say that from someone going there every year, people at the racetrack, we hated it. It was we did not want to go to a NASCAR race to wake up to frost on the ground every day. It was terrible. But and we've been actually begging for years, and every time that the owner would come down, it'd be like, what should we change? Move it back to July.
Wait, but the race was in September. You guys get snow in September?
No, we get frost.
It's just cold there. It's cold.
Yeah.
Not to mention Chicago in September. You got football,
Yeah.
It's the Bears. No one cares about them anymore. I'll be completely honest. At this point, it's kind of like urinating trees said. If they're not shitting themselves in the field, it's status quo.
The McCaskies.
Yeah. It's I can say with a family of Bears fans, other than like me and my dad. They're to the point where it's like, okay, and the season starts, and we'll see you next year. Like that's so. This is more, and nowadays it's more the Cubs. Like the Cubs, have, especially every year. I think they were playing at Wrigley when the Joliet race is going on. So any like people are like, where do you want to go this weekend? You want to go 30 miles outside Chicago to a NASCAR race, or do you want to go see the Cubs probably win their 100th game of the year?
And also, Chicagoland in the summer is way better racing than it is in the fall. Just way better. The track's slick. Yeah, I mean the track's hot. It's slick. I mean there was a lot of passing this weekend.
I can't tell you how cold it was in 2013 when it had to be extended to a night race. Like I think I want to say it was in the 40s. Like
it looked cold. It looked cold as hell.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I've been to Chicago in like August, and it's like it's pretty hot.
It's hot as hell.
But how does it go from that to 40? Like in September, anywhere I've ever lived is always in the 90s and 100s in September.
Illinois' weather is bipolar. Like I've actually had this happen before. Spring break, it was like, and this is like middle April. We started the day with it being about 60 degrees and sunny. I met with some friends. We met at Taco Bell. Then we went out to the local state park. Walking down the trail, we were walking through a fucking snowstorm. Oh, there's one.
There's one.
There's one.
I didn't even make it 16 minutes. Anyway, we're walking through a snowstorm. This is going to be hard. Anyway, walking back, being 28 degrees in a snowstorm, we get back. By the time we meet back at my house, it's 40 degrees and windy, but no snow anymore. Like it's living in Illinois. It can be the apocalypse. It's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah. No, I can relate. My last winter here was wonderful. Kept snowing. It was cold all the way through the end of April here. So
what state do you live in? If I can ask, or if you're
you can't ask. No, South Dakota.
Okay.
Yeah, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to be specific. But yeah,
okay.
I know your pain. I know what you're going through. Yeah.
I can confirm South Dakota was awful this winter.
Oh yeah, you're up in North Dakota, aren't you, Kamikaze?
He's in the other Dakota, isn't he?
Yeah, North Dakota. Yeah, Kamikaze's in the worst Dakota, just so you know. Anyway.
Yeah, the Racer TV in the chat says, as an Illinois citizen, I can confirm the weather is bipolar.
Yeah. Y'all should really check out Tennessee sometime, though.
I did.
Hey, so
I feel like everybody says that their city's weather is bipolar. I feel like I go to Florida and it's like, oh, it rains, and then it's 90 degrees the rest of the day and sunny. It's like that type of thing. You go up to New York, you go to. I haven't heard about Tennessee. That's a new one. I didn't know Tennessee had bipolar weather. So that's a new one there. Houston, since it's around the coast, it's bipolar. Like all this everywhere I go. But
Gino's in the chat. The whole Midwest is bipolar, and that's pretty true. I mean, it's like a switch. Like we go from winter to summer like in a week. It's terrible. Oh, and Kid from Georgia has been tagging me in this. I got to give him a mention here. Priest will be in the 18 in the Xfinity. Ray Black will be in the 51. Yes. Jeffrey Earnhardt will be in the 7.
Wait, Ray Black will finally be in the 51?
Wait, hold up. Jeffrey Earnhardt, what?
Will be in the 7.
In the Cup Series?
I think Xfinity.
Yes. He's driving for Junior. That's what I'm talking about.
Wait, for what?
No. It might be.
No. Allgaier is full time.
Yeah, what is happening?
Wait, that's right. He is full time.
Don't jump on me.
Oh, are you reading YouTube comments again? You know those things aren't true.
Okay. And Xfinity Series, Priest is in the 18, and the Cup Series, Jeffrey Earnhart's in the 7.
Okay.
Okay. Differentiate. I'm gonna cuss again.
And this is where we lost the stream.
Anyway, like he didn't differentiate. Like differentiate next time, man.
Yo, nah. I was like so excited for a second, but then I had to bring it down. I'm like, wait, Allgaier's racing full time. I'm like, wait,
I'm sitting here having my vein.
I was like, yes. I was like, yes, he's finally racing for Junior again. I'm like, wait, Allgaier's full time. What are you talking about?
Just remember, the 88 is the only wild card for Junior.
Oh man.
Oh, 41 cars are entered for the Cup race, so
Yeah, that's good.
Low Kaufman's going to be pretty upset with.
Yeah, he's probably triggered by that.
Yeah, he's triggered. He's triggered.
The sport's being devalued, according to him. It's being devalued.
I'll never understand why the restrictor plate races always have the most entries. Is there something about a restrictor plate car that's just really cheap to set up?
It's just the way that everyone really has a chance to win.
Yeah, but nobody does. No,
it's attrition.
There's 15 cars out there that don't have a chance to win, even at Daytona. That's the way it is.
It's
look at
one at a time.
75.
One at a time. One at a time. God, you're gonna be like kindergartners here.
Ray Black Jr. in the 51's not winning this week.
He could win it.
Yes, he is.
Okay. I just want to touch on Ray Black Jr. again. What happened? Because I swear I read at the end of last year that he was going to be full-time in that car, and this is the first time that he showed up in that car all year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got the wrong Daytona races wrong and stuff. Maybe he accidentally read, he's like, oh, I'm going to be driving full-time in February. And then they're like, no, you got that wrong. You're starting in July. So maybe he got the Daytonas mixed up. So maybe that's why. Maybe he's starting a half schedule now. Maybe. I don't know.
What I just don't understand is everyone's like, all the drivers and teams hate restrictor plate races because there's a 50-50 chance you're going to total your car. So why are these underfunded teams wasting their money on wrecking a car at Daytona and Talladega when there's races like the Coke 600 that have a big purse, races like the Southern 500 or a Bristol race that have probably just as much money in them as this race at Daytona this weekend. So I don't understand it.
For Daytona glory, for the glory of winning Daytona. That's why they want to win it.
We have 100 people watching, so we need to lick the like button. And you suck. In fact, in 95. Anyway, like the like button so you can stick it to those guys.
Nice. I guess maybe the reason that they picked Daytona is that, I don't know, maybe they probably think that they have a better chance to win at a restrictor plate track. I mean, that's my guess.
I think they could get. Maybe I don't think some of these teams, like I said, there's 25, 30 teams are the only ones that have a chance. There's about 8 or 10 teams out there that have no chance of winning, even at Daytona. And I think maybe they're thinking we could get a top 20, and that's better money than 35th.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't Daytona they have bigger earnings because usually Daytona, or?
The 500 definitely. The Coke 0400 though is more on par with, I feel like, a Talladega or a Coke 600 or something like that. But I guess that makes sense.
I know they haven't done it the last few years, like showing the money. I don't think, but I'll look on Racing Reference back to 2012 and compare.
I'd be curious because if there's a lot more money, I understand the Daytona 500. I just don't understand like some of these other races. I feel like it's too risky for some of these teams because people all complain about how expensive it is. And, we don't like seeing wrecks at plate tracks because it costs these teams too much money. Well, why do these little teams enter these races?
When they don't keep up with the draft anyway,
Okay, so
like Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 7, like he probably ain't even going to be in the draft 2 laps in. 7, you get half the track back, then you have a much better chance of dodging those wrecks.
So in 2012,
so you never know.
In 2012, Tony Stewart won the race and got almost $350,000 for that win. Last place, running only a long time of 3 laps, Michael McDowell got $84,000.
That's a lot. That's a lot though, for last place.
But that's not too far off from your average race weekend, though.
Let's compare the week before. Kentucky, Brad Keselowski the week before won $176,000 for winning.
Oh, that's less than
old Scott Riggs, he went the distance, 12 laps. He got $69,000.
Nice.
Hey, so Scott Riggs finished last, but apparently, according to some, he's not a bust guy. So, he's not a bust according to some of you guys.
He only had a career high of 19th in the points with equipment that
20th. I think it was 20th.
20th in the points that year with equipment that won 6 races.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out because apparently I'm misinforming you guys. So I'm sorry.
God, Darren, get with it, man.
Sorry, guys.
In the chat too, there's like 2 comments immediately contradicting each other. So you got a real polarized audience here.
Yeah,
man. Scott Riggs is a bust. Darian, he's not a bust.
He's not a bust.
He's not a bust. Scott is a bust. The only. Oh, I'm not reading that one.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
Because Thick Daddy knows what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it, but he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, you read his comment just now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. With that, we should probably great transition here. We should probably talk about the Cup race this weekend.
Slide job.
I
know Wes Graham said, "Say slide job like Dale Jr." I've been told I can do a good Dale Jr. voice, so I'll do my best. Slide job. Nah, see, I can't do that. I can't do that for some reason. I can do all this other quotes.
That's your Natalie Decker voice, I think.
He's up in the back of his head like this when he's in the booth.
Slide job.
Yeah. I can't say it.
You know what's funny is like he was talking on his podcast about it. He's like, I was trying to tell Rick that it was a slide job. Say slide job, and then it's like now it's like Danny was saying. Now it's a meme.
I don't understand how that gets to be a meme. I'll be honest. I was surprised when I kept seeing people laugh at it.
Because Junior said it.
I think it's just the way like his Southern accent made it sound is all.
I mean, it was entertaining, but I've heard like I don't know. I just was surprised it's become a meme. I look on like Twitter and everyone's quoting him. I look on YouTube, everyone's making like videos with that soundtrack in it. I'm like, what?
Wrong Gator.
Wasn't that? I mean, it was. Okay.
It'd be like if I said it because I've got a very Southern accent as well. So,
but it's NASCAR. Everyone in the booth has Southern accents. We just watched Darrell Waltrip for 16 weeks.
But he was muted the whole time by everyone.
Yeah. Some of us were too slow getting to the TV. I accidentally heard some Darrell Waltrip lines.
I will say that speaking of being muted, although he had the famous slide job thing, for the most part, I felt like Dale was kind of quiet in some places.
I honestly, I'm going to say this. I said this to my mom, and my mom's eyes just went up like this. I'm like, I said this out loud. I'm like, you know what, Mom? I'm going to say this. I like Junior better as a commentator than I did as a driver. And she was like, why? Like, because this way, he won't disappoint me every week. You know what I'm saying?
Good one. That's good. That's good.
Every week
you just made like 50,000 people just fuming mad.
Think of it like this: every week he gets to talk about a win now.
Yeah, hey, true about that. Hey, true. But I don't know. But in all seriousness, though, I honestly enjoyed it. I enjoyed his commentary. To be honest with you, NBC got a great addition with him. Jeff Gordon, when he first started, oh my gosh, he was bad. I thought he was terrible. To be honest, I mean, yes, he has gotten better, but I figured Junior would do about the same as Jeff Gordon did, but. Honestly, if I were to rate his commentary from a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a solid 8, to be honest with you. Now, he was quiet in some places, but overall, it was pretty good.
Take that, Keith Olbermann.
Before anyone turns on me and Darian, hey, we are diehard Junior fans, so.
Yeah, of course. I
love to say anything. I didn't watch him this week. I was, there.
I was surprised at how well he did because, like you said, Jeff Gordon was really not very good when he started the first half of season. But first season he did, but I'd say Jeff Gordon's pretty good now. Yeah, I look back like some of the races Dale Jr. had called. I think he's really good when they're like when it's a boring green flag run. It's like, Junior, what is the driver thinking in the car right now? And he gives his in-depth little analysis. I'm like, those are usually pretty good from him. But when it comes to like snap in the moment, wreck's happening, got battle for the lead with 5 to go. Junior, the last couple times I've heard him, he stumbles over his words. He's not very good. But I was very impressed because he not only did he do the good commentary stuff like during boring runs, but he also at the end of the day when that crazy last lap finished, he's made NASCAR a meme, and not in a bad way, really. I'm like, hey, good job. So actually, I was very impressed with Dale Jr. And I was actually really impressed with NBC as a whole. I think they benefited dramatically from getting to watch Fox do things for the first half of this year, see where Fox went right and went wrong. Because you notice NBC still has their slow little ticker at the top, but they added the side one that I liked from Fox, and that a lot of people I think liked from Fox. So they took the best of that. And I noticed too, and I tweeted about it because I thought it was really interesting that Fox or NBC did not really make that big a deal about any of the young drivers. Some of the young drivers, like
thank goodness, they didn't overhype them.
And I thought that's something that Fox came out, and obviously the talk from the directors and producers were like, this year it's all about the young drivers. No junior. We got to talk about Bubba Wallace and Brian Blaney and all them. And we've seen they haven't been very good, so it's kind of been annoying. It feels like we've been lied to. NBC felt like they kept referring to the big three, like they gave him the name, the big three, and then they throw in like Boyer or whoever else. And I was like, that's interesting that they like the big shift just 1 week to the next from Fox's people to NBC's people how the narrative has changed. And I think that's a good decision to focus on the drivers that are actually winning right now and not overhype the young guys too much. But I just thought that was
now. I think next weekend when we go to more of a wild card track like Daytona, that's when we can maybe look at other people.
Yeah, we can definitely take a look at Bubba because we all know he's going to win this week. So yeah,
I would like it.
That would be awesome.
So better.
Yeah,
It just needs to make up one position this week.
yeah, just needs to make up one position.
So the consensus on race analysis is that Dale Slide Job Jr. did better than Jeff Look at This Gordon.
For now.
You know,
For now.
I'm going to say this. I'm just glad that Slide Job is a meme because it's better than aggressive goes around or corn dog.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about everything every week. Slide Job, I approve of this as a meme.
I will say this. There's one thing I don't know how was never caught up on more. I don't know. I'm like one of a few people that I know actually caught this. Last year, I think it might have been around the championship time, Steve Letarte accidentally called coal porn. I remember that specifically one time.
What? He did?
I actually saw Cole Pern this weekend. That was pretty cool. I got to give him a high five.
Oh, well, that's cool. But no joke. I remember. I don't know what he was talking about exactly, but I swear I heard him say coal porn on accident.
Hey, I'm just curious. Did anyone see NASCAR on NBC's Twitter? The tweet they had out today?
Which one? I've been at work all day.
Oh, hold on. I'll pull it up really quick. I thought this was like really funny. Nobody saw it?
Again,
they tweet it a million times a day, so I don't know.
I don't even think I follow them. I just count on other people to retweet them.
All right, hold on. Just put my screen on, and I'll show you guys it.
All right, 1 second. Yeah. And then after this, we can probably like go on to something else and not be like the real NBC who just talks about Junior and their commercials.
We can talk about the race.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, here it is.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they did. I was like, okay.
I gotta admit, I cringed a little, but
a little bit.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
A little cringe is good.
I've seen worse.
I mean, how do you think The Office lasted 9 seasons?
I'm not gonna say too much because I do know who runs the NASCAR and NBC social media, and he's a pretty cool guy. So.
Sounds good.
Is it one guy?
No, lambast him.
There's
Burn the witch.
I know there's probably some more who are involved in it, but there's like mostly one guy with it.
Yeah.
To the chat, no, we're not going to start a Kahoot just out of nowhere.
No, we're not going to start Kahoot,
That's guys. For BS and ARCA streams.
BS and ARCA streams. Yes.
So, the race. What'd y'all think?
Holy crap! That was so good. Oh my gosh. It was more than all right to me. It was great. You know, we had different leaders. There was a lot of passing. I was surprised by all the passing going on in the back of the pack too, and in the middle of the pack as well. There was like a lot of different leaders. Eric Almirola won a stage more than Danica ever won, so that automatically makes the race good. And second of all, Kurt Busch was all like complaining for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, you were racing towards the end of the stage. And like what was even better is that Jeff Burton was so salty about it. He's like, it's a stage race. You are racing for the stage win. I was like, that's exactly what I'm saying. So props to NBC for actually, having an opinion and, showing some emotion. And then towards the end of the race, I was really pissed because Almirola was on my fantasy team and I left him in from the final stage. And if you play NASCAR fantasy, once you keep your drivers in for the final stage, you can't change them anymore. And he had another loose wheel. And I was like, well, there goes my fantasy race. So I was pissed off about that. And then I'm like, oh, here we go. Kyle Busch is just going to win. This is great. So I'm like, it was a good race, but the finish was eh. But then I said that with about 3 laps to go. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to catch him. And honestly, I got to be honest, that was easily top 5 greatest NASCAR finishes of all time. Top 5. Easy.
I remember, I think it might have been Allgaier who made this, but there was somebody who made how Eric Almirola lost a 2012 race at Michigan.
NASCAR Nixon.
NASCAR Nixon. Okay. Mm-hmm. He needs to go back and do how Clint Boyer and how Eric Almirola lost that race because they both messed up big time.
Clint Boyer could have easily dominated the race, in my opinion. I mean, he came back to finish 5th. So
he definitely had one of the top 3 cars. Clean air was, kind of the difference maker because I think we saw even when Almirola wasn't as good in back. But yeah, I thought it was an excellent race. I thought this is what mile-and-a-half tracks should be, what they can be, and what some of them are. But right now it seems like it's only Chicagoland. Because even with this aero package, the way we have it, you could still pass people at this track. There were still 2-3 grooves. You could move throughout a run depending on how your tires were. If a guy was blocking height, sure, like late in the race when we saw Kyle Busch move up to block Larson, that kind of screwed over Larson because of the aero. But if Larson's car was really better than Kyle's, he could have passed him on the bottom, and he couldn't. Busch's car was good in both lanes. Larson's was only good at the top. So that's why I thought Busch deserved to win the race. As for the last few laps, or the last couple laps, I gotta say this, and this might be the 99 people watching that know me as well as maybe they do, maybe they don't. Obviously my favorite driver of all time is Matt Kenseth. That's probably never going to change. But I gotta tell you this: Kyle Larson is my new favorite driver. That is not Matt Kenseth. I've been kind of like I've been kind of watching him, and I gotta say, just the last 30 laps of that race were about as intense as it could possibly get. To see Larson go from like 4 seconds back in like 4th place, fly past Harvick, chopping off 2-3 tenths a second. The dude's a madman. And I was pleased with the finish, even after Larson hit the wall with 5 to go and looked like he was lost. I was pleased with the finish. I was like, this was entertaining. But as for the last lap, can we all just take a step back and give a round of applause to Ryan freaking Newman for that finish?
Congrats. Good job to that ogre. Oh my gosh, he pisses me off every week.
No, let's talk about not just Newman. What the hell was all of the lap cars doing there?
What was Stenhouse doing? What was Stenhouse doing? Oh my gosh.
Trying to crash kind of like that.
Radman said it right. He said, like, from a driver's perspective, what are you doing? That is stupid. Like, seriously, guys. From a fan's perspective,
yeah, I just like how Newman kept racing him hard, and then once Kyle kind of got by him and then got screwed up by the other lappers. I like how Newman took that chance to take him 3 wide yet again, for no reason.
I was like, I was on top of our motorhome going, "What are you doing? Thank you."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, even I was watching the Race Hub's Radioactive. Even Clint Boyer said, "What the F is that 17 doing? What a effing idiot."
Maybe Newman just like when he realizes he gets behind, he's like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the leaders and just see how I do if I'm racing up for the lead or something like that.
More like I gotta pay. I have to pay the NASCAR community back for Dover last year, letting Kyle win. So
and for you younger fans, remember this is the same Ryan Newman that beat Jimmy Johnson for Rookie of the Year, and he also won 8 races in 2003, and then proceeded to do nothing for the rest of his career. Well, except winning the 500, but.
I ain't gonna really dog Newman that much because he's honestly not really that bad looking back at everything he's done. So
yeah, I know. It just pisses me off just the way he races. It was unnecessary, but
it's just the situations he gets himself into. I mean, he's actually won a fair amount of races in his career.
Yeah,
he's had some crazy crashes in his career. That one at the Daytona 500, all the cars that have landed up on top of him. The time at Talladega, he flipped on top of Kevin Harvick. I mean, the dude's had a lot of up and down moments in his career.
But he hasn't been a good car since Penske.
Yeah, I mean, but most of those wins, how many career wins does he have again? Like 18, 19 career wins, something like that?
It's somewhere in there.
Because from 2002,
help us.
From 2002 to 2004, he won 10 races. So most of those wins came, the very beginning of his career. So he's won, I think, 8 or 9 races since then.
I'll look up how many. What am I doing? Well, I'll just go on Racing Reference.
But really quick, I'm surprised that nobody has looked at the big picture. I tweeted this out on yesterday. I mean, Kyle Larson, I've already said he's going to win the title. He's going to win the title. Yeah. Kyle Larson is. You can't convince me otherwise. Kyle Larson's going to win the title. And mark my words, you're hearing this first. Kyle Larson will get his revenge this November at Homestead when he takes out Kyle Busch. Well, he's not going to take him out. He's going to pass Kyle Busch on the final lap for the championship. You heard it here first. That's the big picture. He'll get his revenge. He'll get the last laugh. He'll get the last laugh.
What are you going to bet on that?
No. Oh, what am I going to bet on that? You know what? Once I start getting my YouTube revenue, I'll bet $100. Hell, I'll bet $200 on it. That's how sure I am.
I
He's gonna win
agree,
the title.
I agree with Kamikaze though. He has to get there first. I mean, last year he was out in the second round and he finished like second or third. He finished third at Homestead.
Yeah, but I mean that was because of his engine problems. That wasn't because of him. It's because of his team.
I don't doubt Larson. I doubt Chip Ganassi Racing. Larson's good enough to win the championship.
You can say that that's not going to happen again this year. He can win as many races as he wants to before Indy, but if that goes down again, there's nothing stopping it.
Yeah. I mean, well, and I personally think Larson is making a 15th place team a top 5 team every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
Put him in a Gibbs car. I could see him being up with the big 3.
He'll be way ahead of the big 3 if you put him in a Gibbs car.
Honestly, I don't see that his cars are any different than what McMurray gets. And McMurray, you see him in the 15 to even maybe up to 8 or something like that from time to time. It's not the worst car, but it's definitely not the best car. And I feel like Larson and McMurray's equipment is probably even, but maybe Larson's getting the most out of it.
And also a quick shout out to Alex Bowman, 2 straight top 10s.
Yeah.
Good job.
Free
job,
pizza.
Yeah, free pizza, man. So good for him.
And this
Speaking
week,
of memes.
this weekend coming up though, with him having momentum, this weekend could be a good chance for Bowman to really show a little bit.
He's not going to win, but it's okay.
No, but I'm thinking maybe he could be in the top 5 a lot of today.
Yeah, it's true. I think he might win the pole too. I mean, he won it in February, so he might win the pole there, or maybe Chase Elliott. I think a Hendrick car is going to win the pole this weekend at Daytona, to be honest.
Could see it, but honestly,
The last one.
Talladega,
who started wearing that? Because I think that the last few years I've noticed whoever starts up front at Talladega and Daytona beforehand, and the 2 races before or like whatnot, usually does well at the other Daytona race and the other
looking at you, Stenhouse.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking of Fords.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Stenhouse race there. He's so aggressive on restrictor plate tracks, so he's just really aggressive. So I can't wait to see him race.
Okay, the lineup, we had Harvick and Busch was on the front row for Talladega. Chase Elliott was the highest Hendrick car at 5th, and Bowman was 11th. Johnson and Byron were 16th and 17th.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see.
Wow, Yoshi fan is predicting Suarez will get his first win at Watkins Glen in 2019.
That's a long time.
Very specific.
That's a long time.
Here's one. I don't know how true it is, so I might need it fact checked. But Kid from Georgia says since 2015, every winner of the Talladega Spring Race has went on to win the July race at Daytona. Let's see, Junior in 2015, Keselowski 2016, Stenhouse last year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
I
true.
didn't know that.
So go Logano.
So good win, Logano.
Yeah, good job, Logano.
2 for 1.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like at this rate, the way we've seen it be so different, not different at all. If we don't see a new winner, it's going to feel really weird.
Yeah, it's gonna feel like the NASCAR in the 1970s. I think I think you guys can stat check this, but I think the last time we've had this few winners was like 1978. I think around this time as well in 1978 when we ran this many races. So
we've had Harvick, Busch, Boyer, Harvick, Busch, Boyer, Truex, Dillon, Logano.
Yeah, so
And only one Chevy, Dillon.
Austin Dillon is the only Chevy that's won a race. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about, man. Hey, Nick says I'm correct, so I got it right.
There really needs to be a Chevy win this weekend, but I don't think that they're going to.
No.
You guys don't have faith? No faith?
I've got faith.
I've
got faith for some.
This week. That's my faith.
I've got faith that some Chevys will get top 5s, but I'm looking at one specific Ford driver this weekend.
Is that Stenhouse?
Do we think that Jimmy Johnson will add to his grand total of laps led?
He's led 2, right?
3, I think.
Oh, wow, 3 laps. Wow.
Yeah, who's led the most? Who's led the most
Mario
laps?
Kart
At
race.
Hendrick, if I'm not mistaken, who's led the most laps of any of the Hendrick drivers?
Alex.
Alex.
Bowman led all those laps at Dover and Daytona.
Okay.
Hey, Bubba's led more laps than Jimmy this year. Holy crap!
I just thought of that Bristol.
I think Mark Benedetto's led more laps than Jimmy.
Oh
my god,
probably has. That's crazy.
Heck, before the race, Charles Tillman led more laps than Jimmy.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the pace car driver.
He was the pace car driver this week.
Hey, I just realized. I think if I haven't really looked at for sure on the entry list, but we might be seeing our old buddy Brennan Gaughan show back up this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. He ran good in the 500 before he was involved in that big wreck.
Yep.
He ran.
Want me
good.
to look up the points while we're sitting here? I can just skim on through them.
Yeah.
All right.
There is one thing I do want to bring up, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
So I don't know if you guys caught this at all, but a lot of people have mentioned like, oh, this is what the fans want, or oh, this is like what you guys want to see. And it's just like this over like generalization that like this is what the fans want to see. Because they said that a lot about like this finish, and it's like, yeah, it was a great finish. Like I personally enjoyed it. I think it was great, but they should not like say like on social media like, oh, this is what the fans want to see. Maybe they didn't want to see it because Kyle Busch was up there. Maybe they didn't want to see it because they wrecked in turn 4. Maybe they wanted to see like a 2003 Darlington where they banged to the finish. So I don't know. That kind of like, I don't know, put me the wrong way, if you will. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
No,
So,
I agree with you there.
So I watched some footage from the stands, and granted, I don't really know how it looked for Jarrett, but when I was watching this footage from the stands, like it almost looked more like both drivers in the first turn were just running high on the wall, like you couldn't really see it as good on the footage. Maybe it's just the footage I was watching, but then the direct hit from Busch to Larson on the other side of the track looked more deliberate. I think maybe more fans in the moment thought that Busch straight up dumped him.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought at first, and that's why I was really upset with Busch, was because from my view, because I was as far away from that as possible in 1 and 2, it just looked like that going in that Larson had side drafted him or something, and then I was like, I knew that either way, like it didn't matter, Busch was going to move him, but I was like, man, that's kind of dirty there. And then I went back and I saw it's like, oh yeah, he totally deserved that. Okay, now I'm even happier with the finish. I was happy with the finish either way.
But let me just say this: the hypocrisy, hopefully I said that right, is real. All right, if Kyle Larson, if the roles were reversed exactly, and if Kyle Larson just dumped Kyle Busch, nobody would have a problem with it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Except for Rowdy Nation, because you know how loud they are.
Yeah, except for them. But I mean, the majority of NASCAR fans, that's all I saw on their YouTube was like, oh, Kyle Busch, what a crybaby. He sucks, or like he dumped him on purpose. Let me just point this out. Kyle Busch, he's only like 32 or 33. He's a legend already. He's a legend to me already. So let's point that out. So let's get that out the way. He's a legend already. And
he has 28 career wins now. Yeah.
He's won more than 200 races across all the series. I mean, I think that's a huge accomplishment in and of itself. So
right. And
not yet.
Well, not yet. Yeah, not yet. He's close, but not yet though.
Oh, I thought he was there.
No, he's like at 191, I believe, total.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and he's going to get there. I can tell you that.
And you know what? I said that I made a comment on the video of that finish and stuff, and I was like, I said, look, Kyle Busch is a legend. You guys can't deny that. And just everyone was like, oh, no way, and stuff. And then I said another comment saying that, look, that was fair game. It was fair game, man. If you saw the race, I mean, Kyle Larson basically just like pretty much hit him coming off of turn 2 and stuff. Like now, if Kyle Larson probably would have drove it in a little deeper, because if you look at the replay, he was looking up, he was looking for him. If he just concentrated and just drove it in a little deeper, I think he would have gotten away scot-free. He would have won the race. But I mean, I don't know. It was fair to me. I obviously didn't like it at first, because I don't know. Like Kyle Busch is a legend, but I mean, I'm obviously not that big of a fan of his and stuff. But I'm not going to deny the facts. So, but yeah. But I mean, I just thought it was just fair game. So
I loved the finish, and I for one had no problem with Kyle Busch saying what he did after the race, calling out the fans booing him, because I think Kyle Busch deserves plenty of hate. He's done plenty of things in his career that a lot of people don't like, and that's absolutely understandable. But I don't understand I can understand people at the racetrack in the moment not understanding, not seeing fully that, oh, Larson hit him first. I can totally understand that. But I think as far as people wanting more finishes like this, I see no problem with it. I think, we don't want this exact same finish. We don't want people being dumped for the win every week, but we want, physical contact is fun. People like it. We don't need big wrecks, but we like contact. We like back and forth on the last lap. 2 passes for the lead on the final lap is pretty exciting. Actually, no, it was like 3 really. It was the kind of went back and forth a couple times. But, so I'm all fine with that. And I kind of agree. There's a hypocrisy there because I see a lot of fans that said that are saying things like, "Oh, we all know that if roles were reversed and Larson had spun Busch for the win, like Kyle Busch would have been super angry." And I'm like, no, I think both drivers completely understood. If Kyle Busch had hit Larson out of the way to pass him, I don't think he would have been mad getting wrecked for the win. I think, I didn't understand a lot of people's hate for Kyle Busch in this incident, and I can understand if you're there live and you didn't see Larson's initial contact. Okay, but I really, really hope that enough fans aren't so blinded by their disdain for Kyle Busch that they can see that was fair racing, that sure, you maybe don't like that Kyle Busch won the race, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it was a great finish. And NASCAR, and I think most of its fans would love to see more finishes like that. Not every week, because if it happens every week, they'll become less, they won't be as special anymore, but 8 times a season would be like the sweet spot. If every 4 or 5 weeks you saw a finish like that, fans would flock to the sport. It would be as exciting as a game-winning touchdown in football or buzzer beater in basketball. And so I just hope people are able to kind of put aside their hate for Kyle Busch and actually look at this and say, objectively, insert driver A, driver B, doesn't matter who, that was an exciting finish. And,
also another question.
Something like that's good.
Just one more question. So just one more question for all of you guys. Did this finish have restrictor plates? Because I mean, what I'm hearing is that restrictor plates are going to make the racing better. So I'm just asking, did this have restrictor plates? No? Okay. Exactly.
You don't know that.
Hey, you're right. I don't know that for sure. But I mean, to say that restrictor plates are going to, make the racing more exciting, it's ridiculous. Even Mark Martin, even Mark Martin, Kamikaze's favorite driver of all time, even tweeted out about that too. So
thanks, Mark. Making my job easier. Can I actually say my piece for that finish? Because I never got a chance to make a race.
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, so I literally only saw the last lap on Twitter because I was driving all of Sunday. So I just saw that finish. From what I saw, it looked exactly like Chase Elliott putting Denny Hamlin into the wall at Phoenix last year. It looked like almost the exact same move. It was just 2 guys going as hard as they could for the win, and that is everything the NASCAR needs right now. You see, already this year twice, Truex has finished with a nearly 10-second lead or over 10-second lead. Like, okay. But you get a finish like this, and then you realize this is what we've been waiting for all year. This is exactly what we asked for. It's what I asked for every single week. I didn't know how that was going to go over. I did not know what happened because everyone on Twitter was saying like, "Oh my God, what was that?" And I'm just sitting there like, I don't have a TV. What happened? Like, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right, Twitter. What was that? I wish I could know, but I won't because that's all you're saying. And but when I did see it, it looked so similar to that. And I'm thinking, okay, that is absolutely fair game for Kyle Busch. And if he had turned him into the wall rather than just tapping him in the rear, I would have said, yeah, that's a dump. And the fact that, and can I just say, Larson saving that, I mean,
that was amazing. That was amazing. By the way.
Still finished second. That's impressive. Still finishing second.
Exactly. Yeah. So I am 100% for this finish. Please, more of this.
And you know what it really reminds me of? Bristol from earlier this year. And who was it that made that interesting finish? Oh yeah, Kyle and Kyle.
That's what I said. 2013.
And Newman, who wrecked Larson while he was leading in that race. It all comes back to Newman.
It always does. It always
Newman. So now we've got the perfect cast here. We need Newman to be the villain, and we need 2 heroes to battle it out.
Newman's he's already a villain to me. So
Newman's that referee that just can't help but get involved in the game, It just gets in the way.
It's like the WWE. There's one guy who has to make it all crazy for everybody.
All right.
He's the Ed Hochuli of NASCAR. No, I gotta say that seeing that, like, because when you see the dirt fly over Larson's car on the TV, that was literally directly in front, maybe 100 feet in front of me. And watching that, like, it until he started going back down the track, it looked like he was going to save it and drag race Kyle Busch back to the line.
That's what I thought.
I thought he was going to save it. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was sitting there. I'm like, this would be the best save of all time.
I thought for a second, because after Busch hit him, he slid up and doored himself into the wall. So I thought Busch had killed his momentum. If Larson saves this thing and keeps it on the track, he's going to win this race.
Well, I was like, I kept looking. I kept like watching that and looking. I looked back a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, Harvick's way too far back. Like this is Larson's race." And then Larson went down. I'm like, "No, it's Busch." I'm like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" I was sitting there jumping up and down for a race with probably one of my top 5 least favorite drivers winning, and I didn't care. Like that should show it's a good race and a good finish. Like, and I don't like stage racing, and the end of that stage, I was on my feet excited for that. Like if that's what it is every week.
I feel like I was the same way when I left Martinsville last fall. I was the same way because I was so angry at Denny at that point that I didn't care that Kyle Busch had won.
Yeah, who won that race? Kyle Busch. And it's like I brought up the last race that was this good with a great finish, and it was 2013. Who won that race at Auto Club?
Kyle Busch.
Does every good race have to have Kyle Busch win?
Apparently so. Apparently.
The Coca-Cola 600, him dominating, was a fantastic and awesome race, and I want to see that every day of my entire life.
Yeah, Danny, preach.
Okay, I got the points up right here. I'll just shoot through them real quick. You want me to share screen or no?
You can if you want. Go ahead.
I think if you click, won't it show you automatically?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here. I think so. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick now have 5 wins each, and since Busch is ahead of Harvick, that means that in points, that means he has a tiebreaker. Truex in 3rd with 3, Boyer in 4th with 2, Logano and Dillon tied with 1. Which look at you guys can see the points differential.
If you don't mind, do you mind? I want to know why we don't hear from Tyler Hansborough anymore. Can you just let me know really quick on the side there? I want to know what happened to Tyler Hansborough.
I was like, wait, what?
I forgot. It's probably smaller for all of you guys. Hopefully, the people in the chat.
I was like, wait, hold up. I was like, why are you talking about the former basketball player? And I was like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like sitting there. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I'm like,
sorry. I'm like right against my screen, so everything's really big.
Hey, so really quick, I just want to point this out. So Austin Dillon, 6th in the points because of that win. He has 314 points. He should really be 20th. So that's our playoff system.
Yeah.
So.
No, well, 19th. He should be 19th.
Well, he has 314. 314 points.
Yeah, but you'd have to move him down below all these guys.
Yeah, sorry. So 19th.
You're as good with math as dinosaurs, Darian.
We all know I don't like dinosaurs anyway, so.
Okay, let's keep going. So we got Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Larson, the top 10.
Yep.
Then we got Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, and Showman Bowman. Which Bowman, man, he's got, 23 points above Stenhouse.
I remember 2 or 3 weeks ago he was behind Stenhouse.
He was.
Yeah, so
this could be a big make or break weekend for someone like him, or it could be a make or break weekend for somebody like Stenhouse, Menard, McMurray, all these guys that could usually run pretty well on a restricted plate. Daniel Suarez too, all those guys right there could easily go out and get a win and then really shake it up.
Or Ty Dillon.
Wait, hold up. Bubba Wallace is behind AJ Allmendinger? Oh, my gosh. I didn't know that. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, at least he's above Casey Kane, so.
But it's AJ Allmendinger. Oh, my goodness.
I personally think Suarez is a better restrictor plate driver than people give him credit. He just doesn't have the finishes yet.
No, he is. He's
like,
good.
Seeing him last year during the Coke
Talladega.
600.
In Talladega, too? Yeah.
The Coke 400 was what caught my attention last year. Just the way he was, ducking in and out of the draft. It just... I don't know. It reminded me of seeing guys like Keselowski Jr., Logano, really good plate racers, the way they do that.
And
it's
remember,
just that everyone couldn't crash at that point.
And remember, he finished second in the plate Lowe's race, the All-Star race. So you also have to remember that too.
So outside the chase, really quick, or the playoffs, sorry, I think whatever. 17th Stenhouse, 18th Menard, 19th Suarez, 20th McMurray, 21st William Byron, 22nd the greatest lap car ever, 23rd AJ Allmendinger, 24th Bubba, 25th Chris Buescher, 26th David Reagan, Michael McDowell 27th, Casey Kane 28th, Kamikaze's real favorite driver 29th, and Matt DiBarito 30th.
Man, we got ourselves a hell of a Rookie of the Year battle. 21st
For
place.
21st, they're not even inside the top 20. That's how bad it's gotten, guys. Oh,
I gotta say, looking at that, I'm encouraged. I didn't realize Suarez was less than 50 out of the points out of the playoffs.
He said
no, he's more than 50. He's like he's like 80 or 70 or something. But I hope Suarez
went out
this year.
Suarez did say over the weekend, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna make the playoffs somehow. I don't know how, but we're gonna make it." I admire his confidence.
Well, I think his English was a little iffy there.
Someone earlier said he's gonna win. Someone earlier said he's gonna win Watkins Glen. So
I mean, I hope Suarez makes the playoffs this year, just because I don't want him to. I don't know. I want him to succeed in that car, and I'm afraid he's on a short leash.
Hey, Jacob makes a good point. Wow, Gaulding is almost in the top 30. If he wins, he's in. Technically, he's right. You're right about that. That would be something.
I think he's out of the car this week, though, isn't he? Isn't Gaulding out of the car this week?
Yes. JJ Yaley is in the 23 this weekend.
Oh, so never mind.
So over the radio on the way there, they're like, "Come to the Chicagoland Speedway to this tent or whatever on Friday. You'll be able to meet NASCAR Xfinity driver and this and this and this JJ Yaley." I'm like, really? Like he was washed. He
was a bust. He was a bust.
Like, I met him in 2007, and like when I was meeting drivers, I'm just the guy's autograph. 9-year-old me, thanks. Hey, where's another one?
Look, son, this is the man who used to drive Kyle Busch's car more than 10 years ago.
You know, I actually got it. Actually, me and my mom went to the Home Depot by our house in 06 when he was just a rookie, and him and Tony Stewart were signing autographs, and she was like, "Yeah, make sure to get his autograph. He's going to be really big."
Just imagine how sad it is that there are 10-year-olds who never saw JJ Yaley run for Joe Gibbs.
I know. That's I feel pretty old.
I think it was in his only race that he won the pole for in Cup at Michigan 2007, and then he fell back like a rock and finished like 27th.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think we forgot about the most important thing that happened this weekend, and that is Paul, or should I say Pole Menard.
He got a pole. He got a pole. And I didn't see it. I was seeing Incredibles 2, unfortunately. I regret that now. I wish I would have watched him get the pole, man. I was like, I miss Menard get the pole.
You know what the first thing said was after it was confirmed he won the pole?
Get hard for Menard.
No, Junior was like, "Look at he's smiling." Like,
you made it a long time. I forgot what he sounded like.
Jared, you should have wore your shirt on a day of qualifying.
I'm good.
Did you ever buy your own shirt, Jared?
No, I got rid of all the shirts. I was like, this isn't working.
You probably could have gotten on TV if you were standing up. They probably would have had the shirt.
I'm good.
Just remember, there's one person who has your shirt.
Well, hey, someone said I was at a wedding instead of watching Menard win the pole. So you already went up, Darian.
Oh man.
So I didn't get the numbers to put in a hat this week for picking, so I'm just gonna use a random number generator. So if that's cool.
Are we moving on to our picks for Daytona?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what he means, it's just he's gonna pick anyone because anyone can win Daytona. That's what Jared means.
Yeah, I figured we'd make it fun. But yeah, do we have anything else to add from the race other than Pole Menard? Good racing throughout the race, no restrictor plates, awesome finish, and what else? Kyle Busch did have that cringy cry thing. I didn't like.
Yeah.
You damn well know that the next time he complains on Twitter, I'm sending him that gift.
I don't like that.
No, I'm okay with that. I'll be that guy. I'm okay with him doing his little whiny thing because it gives him that identity. It gives him that identity where he's like, he's immature, but it's like that's Kyle. He's not bland or vanilla like Jimmy Johnson or I don't know.
But something like that. Does he want that to be like his thing though? Like
it is.
He's put it on himself.
He put it on himself.
And I know. And I'm telling you, he has the choice to not make it his thing, but he seems like he wants this to be his thing. Like you got like Spock, Leonard Nimoy for years. He goes around doing this. That's his thing that he does.
also-
he's like 80 years old. He's doing that.
And
Kyle
also,
Busch, when he's 50, 60 years old, are people going to be like, do the thing, Kyle, do the thing. Okay. Like, is that cool? To be his thing that he's remembered for? Because I wouldn't. I don't know why he's chosen that.
and also,
Maybe he wants to.
that's
Also-
a good idea for a NASCAR parody for you, Eric. That would be a great idea for one.
And also, I just want to point out one more thing. NASCAR fans, they always are saying, man, these drivers, they need to have, more personality. They need to be like more relatable or like more, have better personalities and stuff. And we actually have a driver who has an awesome, he's controversial. He's pretty controversial in what he says and does. That's what some of you so-called fans want. And then you guys bash him. So it makes no sense. So that's all.
I do really
It was controversial. Dale Earnhardt back in the late 90s at Bristol. Lots of
Right.
people booed him when he won, but we see him as this awesome guy. Heck, I made a huge theory video out of him, but
Yeah, I think it, 20 years down the road, we'll probably see Kyle Busch in a similar light, pretty much. Yeah, we'll see him in a similar light.
I like him still.
The moment he finishes second and gets mad at his crew for it or something in an Xfinity race or a truck race,
Truck race, that's a truck race.
Yeah, probably a truck race. You know that, like Kamikaze said, lots of comments of just the same thing.
all right.
I like that Kyle Busch has a big personality. I actually think Kyle Busch is great for the sport because he's a villain to half the field or half the fan base, and he's a hero to the other half. So I think that's great. I don't like him that much.
And also, according
Yeah,
to
me either, but-
Eric, he's the greatest driver. Him and Jimmy Johnson. So
I think he is. I think right now
Yeah.
he is the best driver in NASCAR.
no, he's like the greatest driver. You said the greatest driver. He's the greatest driver of all time.
Oh, I never said that. Wait,
You
what
said
did I
it
say
in the
that?
video. You said that in the video, didn't you?
Yeah,
Your
after
little
you
parody.
say Kyle Busch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said who's the greatest driver of all time? Honestly, it's a toss-up between Jimmy Johnson and Kyle
dude, that
Busch.
was parody, man. That was a joke. I'm saying, when did I
it's just a joke, huh?
I'm like, when did I actually say that? I've never said that. I'm like, are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
I know.
We're living in
2018. It's just a joke. Is nothing you can say anymore.
It's just a prank, bro.
You actually had me scared for a second. I'm like, did I accidentally say that on an episode or something? Like, when did?
Oh, that was
like,
awesome.
go back
Yeah.
to playlist for hours and
I
hours
was,
on end.
I was like, oh, boy, I really must have been tired.
I got him. I'm looking at the chat. I did get him, guys. I know it's a joke. I'm just kidding.
You'll got me. That's funny.
NASCAR Cool 88 says, can you all talk about Kamikaze's eBay commercial?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I
his
hate that
shoes.
Dude, that is the worst commercial NASCAR. I mean, just the worst commercial running during a NASCAR race that I've ever seen. And it just replays over and over and over again. It's just,
I don't know.
Oh my God,
KFC
if it
talking
didn't
about
play
chicken and mashed
Every
potatoes.
single break, it wouldn't be that bad. But
Yeah.
it plays every single break. And by
yeah.
the time it comes on, the 68th time, you're ready to throw the remote at the TV, toss it out the window, and light it on fire and say, no,
Defecate on the
I will not
remains.
buy your goddamn blue shoes.
And by the way, I'm a huge sneakerhead, guys, and I gotta say I don't even like those anyway. So if it was a good looking shoe, then I'd be like, oh, okay. But
It's
I don't
not
like
shoe
it.
ad, it's an
Every
eBay
few
ad.
years, there's commercials like with NASCAR races that they replay over and over again that annoy us to no end. So it's like this year it's blue suede shoes already, which I don't think we should coin it that because it's a better song than shoe. But then it's like, was it 2012? We had the one where it was the old guy and the millennial complaining over mashed potatoes and gravy versus like what?
Yeah, I remember that.
I used to
Yeah.
get earlier this year during that Talladega race with a billion commercial. It was all about COPD and how it can be hard to breathe. Like you do sometimes, Grandpa.
Yeah, he gets owned by the kid. Got him.
That's when you see the old generation come out. Oh yeah, like I do.
Mexican, what?
How are you breathing right now? It sounds like tears are coming out.
Hey, I think.
Oh my
I think-
God, Jared,
I
you're funny.
I think we just gave.
OMG.
I think we just gave Kamikaze a new commercial parody idea.
I'm going to run out of ideas by the time this show's over. I might as well make one right now.
There should be a mix with a dude with blue suede shoes going into KFC, but he has COPD, so he has to leave. I'll spend money on those shoes just so I can make that.
Okay, hold up. No, Wes Graham, this is not the thick stream. All right, let's make our picks. Go ahead.
Okay, you guys go. Okay, you know what? I'll go first, and I'll just generate a number. So let's do this for the underdog pick first.
All right.
Okay, generated number. Who's driving the 33 this weekend?
No one. Nobody.
Okay, let's generate again. Who's running in? No one's running that one. No one's running that one. I know no one's running that one.
I feel like this is a flawed system.
Brad Keselowski will be the underdog pick.
What?
Yep, let me zoom in.
That's a hell of an underdog.
Now explain why.
Why?
Yeah,
What's your theory? What's your reason?
Reasons. That is my reason.
You know what? I could maybe actually
enough.
make an underdog theory for Keselowski, because he's been kind of lurking in the background this year. He got the big three, obviously, but even both of his teammates, Logano and Blaney, have done a lot more than him. And Daytona is not a track that he's notoriously known for, but that one year when he got it, I mean, it was a pretty convincing win. I mean, there's a very good chance that Keselowski's lurking in the shadows and he's going to strike. I was going to make a horse joke, but I failed.
Do it.
Oh,
life finds a way.
He's gonna trot to victory behind the saddle of the two car. There we go.
good job.
Pony up to victory lane.
Recovered that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? Some of y'all might go a little crazy when I say this. You know, my underdog, this guy, he was leading towards the end of the race. Him and David Reagan were right up there. I got to go with Ty Dillon as my underdog, man. I got to see what he can do. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, he almost did win. I think he was up front with like 10 or 8 laps to go, something like that. And then for some reason, he went out of line thinking people would go with him. And then he fell all the way back. So like an idiot. So I don't know why, but
he was second on the Green One record last year. And then he finished outside the top 10 because he's Ty Dillon and can do nothing right.
He's still never had a top 10 finish.
He might get one this weekend. Who knows? You know, he might.
I'd find it funny if he was in the lead at the last lap. He gets turned out of the corner, spins across the tri-oval, and finishes 11th. That would be amazing. He's like choking wise, he'd be like the discount version of Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh.
Instead of second, he finished 11th.
Wow.
Hey, he's a much worse version of Chase Elliott. I mean, at least Chase Elliott finishes second. He finishes like 22nd. You know what I'm saying? Even that's being too nice. He finishes 32nd.
Hey, 29th.
All right, let's be nice to the Elliott fans. There's a lot of them.
I know.
We're being nice to the Elliott
Yeah,
fans.
I was
We're being
talking mess
mean
on
to
Dylan. I was being. Wait, Dylan has fans? Dylan has fans? What?
Hey, Ty Dillon, you want to ever come on our stream sometime?
Hey,
Yeah,
you know
and
what?
Kamikaze have a good debate.
You know what? I tweeted at him. I was like, you know what? I got Kamikaze. He's gonna come on. Why don't you come and you can like debate each other and stuff? You know? He wouldn't respond. So.
Kid from
He knew
Georgia
Kamikaze
says,
would win.
Kid from Georgia says, Darian, you can't blame autocorrect this time, worser.
Okay.
Did you see that on Twitter when I put with him?
You know what? I know. You know what? Shout out to Griffdawg, man. He I didn't even notice that until he said I had put far instead of fair.
And then you
and then I had a freaking brain fart and I was like, wait, what am I doing? This isn't it. So I tried to correct it. And then you came out of nowhere and then you said it like right away. I was like, oh my god.
He's like LMAO FARE, and then I'm like LMAO FAIR.
Dude,
I was and I was like, is he serious right now?
Dude, I had a freaking like I'm not even gonna. You know what? I'm gonna be honest here. I blamed autocorrect, but I had a brain fart there, guys. I'm sorry. I was like, man.
Darian,
Yeah.
was it a far game?
Was it a far game?
Was it a
Actually, it technically was a far. I mean, I'm in Vegas, and the race was in Chicago, so it was far.
Darian, let's be honest. You need to stop blaming the mother ducking autocorrect.
Hey,
the mother flipping autocorrect,
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I put the I in there. I put the I in there, and it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I put the I in there, it just disappeared.
Not see that.
Oh,
Well, it just disappeared. So, as I was typing, as I was typing
the
it in,
woods, the eye.
it did. I'm telling you, Apple phones, man. All right, so let's move on. Anyway,
It went to the Wood will come again in 10 years to be the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold. If anyone gets that reference, good job.
okay. So, anyways, let's move on now. Okay. Oh yeah, my mom just texted me. She said, "Tell them to stop picking on my baby."
Aww.
So
I'm
not
picking on your brother.
Yeah, don't worry. We're just poking fun. All right. So I guess for the next pick,
Wait, hold on. I didn't give my underdog.
Yeah, none of us did.
Oh yeah, none of y'all did.
Yeah, I think like 2 people went.
yeah, come on.
Hold up. I forgot my underdog though. My underdog for this weekend. Again, I think you could honestly pick a name. I've had anyone. I think Jimmy Johnson. I think freaking Truex is an underdog, honestly. But I'm going to go with Trevor Bayne. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's probably going to wreck, but I think he's going to have a fun time while doing it. I think he's going to be doing it. I think he's going to wreck while aiming for that top 5.
He's going to have a fun
with a smile on his face.
He's gonna have a fun time while doing it. I never heard that.
While flipping upside down in flames.
He's gonna be like, hey,
on top of Newman.
Hey, I got spun out by Kevin Harvick. I must have been doing something right. That's probably what he's gonna say.
And then Harvick will blame his crew for it.
I mean, Trevor Bayne probably will come down on him, but I think Trevor Bayne. He's won at Daytona before. I know it was a whole generation of cars ago, like 3 different aero packages ago. But he's won at Daytona before, and Roush and Ford has been good at Daytona the last couple of years. So I'm going to say maybe he has a shot.
Okay.
For my underdog, I'm going to go with somebody who he's won a Daytona 500 before, and his teammate has won a Daytona 500 as recently as this year. I'm going to say that Ryan Newman's going to be my underdog for this weekend.
Okay, I can see that.
He's good at blocking.
Yeah, he's good at blocking, obviously.
Not under par, but underdog. Whatever. That was horrible. I'm sorry. All right.
We all
so
have picks for underdog.
No. So
hey,
right, so
wait, hold up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no. So my I mean, can I do an underdog? Is that okay?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's not okay.
Oh, okay. Let's move on then.
Get off my stream.
Just really quick. If you watch NASCAR's Nixon videos, he just did a video on NASCAR underdogs. And if you've seen the comment I put on there, then you'll get this. So, Erin Crocker, y'all know I don't like her, obviously a bust. Expect a bust video on her soon. So I'm like, oh yeah, Erin Crocker is an underdog. She was slipping right under a dirty dog, Ray Abraham. So he didn't know that she was up for the
I got you.
Got
I
him.
don't like it, but
I have a
whatever.
check. No.
All right. Okay, so my underdog. So Darian, this one's for you. You guys see the shirt I'm wearing? Bubba?
Stand up.
Hey, he's not. He's gonna win.
No, you think he's gonna win? Well, I got Bubba here as my underdog. He's finished second in Daytona 500, but I don't know. I could see him coming out of the back and maybe kicking some butt, but who knows? He's my underdog.
You actually have one of his diecast. Lucky. I wish I had one.
Yeah.
I don't have one though.
Order them. They're $8.
Mine's over there being used for a stop motion, so I can't move it, but it's right over there.
Cool jacket.
Thank you. I was getting cold, and I also wanted to show off my new jacket. No shame.
You're dressing almost like Kendall Jenner now.
Thank you. What?
Yeah, shout out to Kendall Jenner. I don't know where she got that.
She was wearing a Jeff Burton coat, just like Winston Cup, Jeff Burton Sitgo coat. I was like, wow.
Really?
That's interesting.
Actually, you know what? I have noticed this. Like NASCAR jackets, they're kind of making a comeback. I've seen a lot of like rappers wear them nowadays and stuff. And
it's so weird how stuff like that happens. It's like people who don't. You're like, okay, I know you don't even watch NASCAR, but you're wearing it.
Dude, like I bet you if Jeff Burton was right beside her, she wouldn't know.
No. Yeah. It's like those girls that wear Nirvana shirts. And it's like, who's Kurt Cobain? I don't know. Get me a friggin' latte.
I like that of all jackets, she picked a Sitgo jacket. Like, is that really the most stylish color design?
Like, I mean, think about it. She could have wore like a classic Jeff Gordon or something like that.
We're going on an adventure.
We're going on an
with
adventure.
Kamikaze.
Gone on a
Kamikaze
magical
Games.
adventure.
By the way, where are you, Kamikaze? Where are you?
Peak Rapids, Minnesota, I think.
Give us your exact coordinates right now.
What town?
56.178 negative 700. I'm in Palm Rapids. It's something Rapids, Minnesota.
Okay. I mean, I used to live in Minnesota, so I could maybe help you. Never heard of Palm Rapids before.
Kamikaze,
Park Rapids? I don't know.
Kamikaze, I didn't get to ask this last time. So it's true you're a Cubs fan, right?
Yes.
Are you a Vikings fan?
I was.
No, he's on. I know his team, Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay. I can deal with them.
I gotta be honest. I feel sorry for you, but hey, at least you're loyal. So
In 2014, people felt a lot more sorry for me than they do now.
when you lost to the Browns, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that.
No one likes an LA team, so let's go to the it's gonna suck.
Gonna suck.
Oh, and Jared, I don't think we could be friends because I'm a Packers fan. So
Get off
sorry.
my street.
Sounds good.
Hey, I'm over here tightening up.
It's
so.
fine. Some of my best friends are Packer fans.
We've managed to kick off both of our guests tonight with our comments. We need to change our strategy.
So
Okay,
let's go back. Who's gonna suck? I'll go on my number generator. Who's gonna suck? Not racing that car. That car isn't racing either. This is a very flawed system. God, Kyle Busch is gonna suck this weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it's
Okay.
like I can
magic conch.
honestly out of any race, this is one race. It's like hit or miss for him. So I mean, yeah, I can say it.
Watch
Kyle
I
Busch
like
is gonna be mine.
Watch I get everything right, just with a number generator. All right. I didn't know that was that bad. Let's go to the next person. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so wait, what is this? Who's gonna suck or
Who's gonna suck?
Okay, let's stop saying suck before this gets really bad in the comments.
Okay, who's gonna
Probably
do?
already.
Well, when you bring attention to it.
Yeah. So you blame yourself. So who's gonna suck? I think. Who's not really good on restrictor plates?
Newman.
Well, he won the 500, so you can't really say that.
10 years ago.
Yeah, he did win 10 years ago. You know what? Hold up. Look, I'm going to use racing reference for help.
Austin Dillon won the 500, and he's still most known for flipping.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so really quick, I'm going to use racing reference for help and see who has the worst average finish out of all the Cup drivers there in the last 2 races at Daytona. Let's see.
I'm going to go with a safe bet for mine, Greg Gaughan.
He's not racing.
He's not even in the race.
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even make the field.
All right, I have a driver. So who's going to suck this week? The worst driver with the average finish in the last 2 Daytona races that is racing this weekend, Brendan Gaughan. He's going to suck this weekend.
Wow.
Okay.
Intensifies.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker.
Well, if you really want me to give a serious pick, the same person's in a 23 is at least going to do bad. So,
Okay, fair enough.
Really hate that 23 car, man. I think it's not even a Greg Galding hate anymore. I think now you just hate the 23.
Yeah, just hate BK Racing, man.
I will never own an Alex Bowman 23 diecast.
That Dr. Pepper car was nice, though.
Hey, you have to remember.
Good looking.
You have to remember his roots, man. Remember his roots.
He started. In my opinion, he started when Dale Jr. was injured, and I'll never accept anything else.
No, he didn't.
Why do you hate the 23?
I'm just joking.
Are you? Are you?
All right.
Bankrupt Racing. I like that one. All right. Who else? Who else got
Eric.
their gonna suck picks?
Mine's easy. I was going to say Kyle Busch as my bust because I feel like he's just kind of – I mean, he's so good everywhere else. He can't really control his own destiny at Daytona, and I feel like he hasn't had a – he's never won a Daytona 500. He's won the Coke Zero 400, two times? I don't know how many times. I feel like twice, maybe only once.
Remember, it's not a real racetrack, so.
Well, sure. So the karma's against him. Anyway, I'll say Kyle Busch. I think that's my bet.
I'm going to stick him with Harvick. I think Harvick. I don't know. Has he ever won a Super? Oh wait, a couple of times. Duh. Yeah.
Hello.
You guys heard me?
Yeah. No. You're fine. I was just like, hello, Daytona 500.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. I thought like my mic was off. No. No. I think I'm just trying to think. He's not won a Super Speedway race in the 4 car though, has he? I don't think so.
No, he's ruined a few in the 4 car.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he'll continue that, and he'll bust another car on Saturday night. So that's my bust.
All right, so now we have our winner picks. This will be fun.
Did we get Kamikaze?
Yeah, Kamikaze.
No, you didn't get my underdog pick either.
I thought we did.
We did.
No, you explain my underdog pick.
Yeah, his theory.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Well, now it gets 2, so.
So my actual underdog pick is McDowell, just because I want him to win, and he's good at plate tracks. And don't sleep on Menard, because I think he's got a top 10 streak in the July Daytona 500. But for my crap pick, bust, whatever you want to call it, sadly I have to go with Eric Jones, because he's just atrocious at plate races.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want it to be
I'd buy
that way,
that.
but hey.
Yes. True.
Does everyone else want to go with their winner pick first? That way we can have the grand finale of the number generator.
Well, I mean, I've already said my pick. You know, Bubba Wallace, he's going to make history this weekend, and it's going to be so big. You know, I've noticed that ESPN, they don't really talk about the NASCAR races anymore after they happen. So I noticed that, but definitely after Bubba wins, it's going to be a huge story. It's going to be everywhere in the news and stuff. It's going to, everyone's going to be like, wow, this guy can actually, race. I should maybe tune in next week. And then after he wins the next week, they'll be very disappointed to see that he's running in 27. So unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed and stuff. But don't worry, this week, Bubba Wallace, my pick.
I can see Bubba Wallace winning. I really can, but he's not my pick. I'm staying with Ford camp. And I'm going with Ryan Blaney.
Oh, that's right. He was really good at Daytona the last time they were there. Won the dual race. He led the most laps in the 500.
He's been good. He's been good in general this year, and he's ran really well statistically, like during the majority of race at a super speedway race. And I just feel like this is the one where he can get it done.
I think that the Fords and the Chevys are going to be actually the best this weekend. I think Toyota. I think no team. I don't think there's going to be one manufacturer that's just noticeably worse. But I think Chevys. I think they're actually on an equal, maybe even above average playing field for this weekend. I'm going with Alex Bowman as my pick. He led. I looked at stats earlier today. He led. Oh God, he led 40 some laps at either Daytona this year, and then he led like 20 something at Talladega. I might have those flipped. Maybe it was 20 at Daytona, 40 at Talladega. But either way, he's led more than 60, 70 laps at restrictor plate races this year already. And I think Bowman. I don't know. It's a luck race, but I feel like Bowman could get done. I hope Bubba wins. I'll be rooting for Bubba, but I think Bowman's my best pick.
Me, obviously, I would love to see Bowman win because I'm definitely one of his bigger supporters. But another person I was really leaning towards almost as much as I am with Blaney. I just think that Blaney's going to be the one who actually does it. But we can't count out someone who, almost won here in the spring and ran really good last week. We can't count out Eric Almirola either.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't mentioned him yet. I mean, it might be one of y'all's picks. I guess I shouldn't step on you.
So I guess I'll do my pick. Going off of the Penske train, and like as you guys said, like Daytona, Blaney was doing really good, and then Logano won at Talladega. I think we got Keselowski is going to win at Daytona. Brad Keselowski, yeah, he's won once, right? 2016, right? That's it. I don't think he's won before, has he?
I don't think so. I mean,
yeah.
He's ran good there, though.
He has, yeah. And Penske as a whole has a really good restrictor plate package. But you also got to remember, too, the spoiler is going to be different. If I remember correctly, it's going to be bigger this weekend.
That's right,
so,
it is.
So that might affect things, too. So,
yeah, for sure. Whoever's good at side drafting is going to be really strong this week if the spoilers are better.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised they changed anything. I feel like what they had for the 500 was, I mean, some people didn't like it, but I feel like a lot of people really liked it. I'm surprised they're changing.
Well, what they had at the 500 I felt was good, but then when they come to Talladega, it felt different.
Yeah.
But this is a night race, just like the 500 ended up being. So I don't know. Maybe it's the track's probably gonna be hotter. So maybe that maybe makes a
What the
difference.
heck was that?
You all right,
I don't know,
Danny?
it came from you.
Yeah. Oh, that's that stupid door stop thing. I keep hitting a million times.
Oh.
I thought someone like in a wheelchair fell down the stairs or something. Like, my God.
Danny's cripple-phobic.
All right, Kamikaze, who's your pick?
Oh, did I not say it yet? Oh, sorry. Well, I hate to be the pessimist of the group here, but I made a beard bet on Twitter and said that if someone who has not won this year wins, I will shave. And I don't want that to happen, so I pick Harvick.
Oh.
Austin Dillon is gonna win just so you can keep your hair.
I might actually just soak my head in bleach at that point. Then we won't need to worry about shaving.
I feel like the NASCAR fan base will be so upset if Harvick, Truex, or Kyle Busch, or even maybe Clint Boyer wins this weekend.
Unless I finish 1, 2, 3, 4.
If they do, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I'll just laugh. But I feel like a lot of like fans will just be like, they'll be done.
Well,
Like-
like at the
gets-
halfway point of this week at Chicagoland, like wasn't like one of them in the top 10 at the end of the second stage or something.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
gets
then-
to a point where you appreciate the consistency, but you also want something different is all.
Yeah.
It's just like all the fans have been complaining for the last like 6 weeks. Like, it's the same 4 guys every week. They've been like circled Daytona. Like this is the week that we're going to see Alex Bowman and other people up front. And if Harvick or Kyle Busch, like I'm going to root against it. I do not want, I mean, I like Clint Boyer, but I don't want him winning. I like Truex. I don't want him winning this weekend.
Hey, this is what you guys wanted, some of you fans. You wanted old school NASCAR? This is old school NASCAR. The same 5 or 3 guys winning every week. This is what happened in the 70s. So, yeah.
Watch, it's actually Kentucky that like some random out of nowhere person. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, Stenhouse won Kentucky.
Yeah, it could be like Rudeman winning at Chicagoland a few years ago.
That was weird.
Man, do you guys remember?
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was out of nowhere. But I mean,
AJ Allmendinger won Kentucky. Like 6 guys won every other race, but AJ won Kentucky. I don't know how the hell this happened, but it did.
Signs 12-year deal to stay with JTG.
oh my
He
god.
signed like a 12 years contract when it was up in the air in 2012 or something. Why
He
would
did?
you do that?
Wait, he did?
It was pretty
He
long.
signed like such a long contract that I remember it was like 2013 and he signed to 2020. And I'm just sitting back like,
What? I didn't even know that. What?
yeah,
I need to fact check this.
it's something like that. It's either a 6 or 7 year contract. And I remember it happening and I was like,
Well, think
who
about
owns this team?
where they were.
Five.
They lost
5.
and
5. Okay, 5.
Yeah. AJ Allmendinger 5-year deal to stay with DDG Daughter Racing, and that happened in May 9th of 2015. So 2 more years.
Think about where they were at the time. When they lost Ambrose, which was honestly a really good person for them, but then they lost him and he went to Richard Petty. And he went to Richard Petty, and then they had Bobby Labonte. And no offense to Bobby Labonte, he was great for Gibbs, but at that point in his career, he had no business being out there.
He was done. I guess the only highlight he had was he pushed Trevor Bayne to victory. That's it.
I really wish
Yeah.
Bobby Labonte won that 500.
So do I.
Oh yeah.
Maybe then Labonte would be at Roush.
Yeah, like we were just speaking on. so we were just speaking on the same guys winning and stuff, but all I gotta say is, man, take me back to 2001. 19 different winners or something like that. Oh my gosh. Talk about like
Same with
Just-
2011, 16.
yeah, just take me back to one of those years, man.
And 4 first-time winners in 11.
And I think 4 of those first time winners were in like this one summer too.
Bain, Regan Smith.
I know Menard and
Marcus
Ambrose.
Marcus
They-
Ambrose.
Yeah. Like, man, take me back to those days.
I feel like 2020 will be like the new 2011 because that would be the year Byron gets his first win, Elliott gets his first win, Bubba gets his first win. All those guys will start winning.
Hold on, he's getting his first win this weekend. Come on now, we all know that. We all know that.
It's optimistic.
Dude, you are setting yourself up for failure. I'm sorry.
Hey, he's been setting himself up for failure with his Rams for the past few months. So let him do this too.
Hey, you know what? No, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Okay, all right. Let's not get into that. That's a whole nother story.
They're gonna beat my Titans again by another yard. I know, we've heard it before.
Yeah, my Vikings will. Sorry, well, your Titans won't even get there. So,
all right. So your pick.
My pick. All right, let's generate a number. Not in the race.
Please be the 7. Please be the 7.
In the race. Jamie McMurray. Jamie McMurray will win.
Number 1.
Oh my God, that's right.
He's
like 20th in the points, and this is the only way he'll make the chase. He's going to wreck the entire field.
We can never count out Jamie, baby.
No, yeah. Jamie, that's not a horrible pick.
And I can prove that. See,
number one finishes number 1.
That is a 1 right there.
I'm dyslexic. I only see 7.
Excuse me?
So I'm dyslexic.
Autocorrect human form.
I'm saying I have double vision, so I see 11. He wins this weekend, confirmed.
I'm really curious. I'm going to actually figure that out myself and see who I would get.
I like that. I've started a trend.
Yeah.
I would love if actually Keselowski was up front in the top 5, so he'd be like the underdog pick up there. Then Kyle Busch would crash, and then Jamie McMurray wins the race.
Dude, Jamie McMurray is having the worst season of his career, or one of the worst seasons of his career.
Say the worst.
Okay.
There's
one of the worst.
Doozies in there.
Yeah, no, it's not as bad as when he was with Jack Roush. Not even
2011.
Yeah, not even close. But I mean, it's pretty bad.
My number generator was Eric Jones.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
All right.
So, in other news, are you guys aware that Charlotte's walls are white?
They are white.
I heard that.
They are white again. About time. It's been since a decade, right?
2006, I think, was the last time.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should have did it last year. It made no sense to keep them yellow after left, so it made no sense, to be honest.
They're like, people will come back if it looks like it did before, right? Right?
No.
I kind of wish they painted it black.
Why?
Well, doesn't Bristol do that?
Bristol's got black walls.
Bristol looks really nice.
Well, like here's the thing. Charlotte paints its walls white. You look at it from a distance, it looks like Texas. It's got a big TV on the backstretch, same grandstand, same size, same configuration. It looks like Texas. Well, okay, not the exact same configuration anymore, but it looks like Texas. Looks kind of like Atlanta. Doesn't look the yellow. We gave it its personality.
And also speaking of racetracks, I don't know if some of y'all saw this. So I guess USA Today is doing its top 10 tracks, and it's like, you can vote for your track. So obviously I voted for my home track, Vegas, but guess what? Vegas is actually last in the rankings. It said this track is currently 20 of 20. I was like, oh my god.
This track has 2 dates.
Behind Pocono?
Yeah, I guess it's not bad.
Behind Indy?
Yeah.
Well, Indy is only running off, and I've said this for a while, NASCAR at Indy is only running off open wheels prestige.
Yeah.
Because, and the prestige of the track, because NASCAR doesn't really have any history there.
But I mean, I wouldn't say Vegas needs to be last, though.
I saw Texas was surprisingly high on that list when I looked at it. It was like, I think they were like 3rd when I checked.
What?
Yeah, they were. I'll look again though, because I want to see.
That means that either Martinsville, Daytona, or Talladega, one of those is behind them for sure.
And also, another news: John Deere, they're coming back to Roush for a few select.
Yeah, John Deere. Yeah.
Like the races.
Please give me a Stenhouse throwback for Darlington.
But I mean, they're doing more than a throwback. They're doing more than a throwback. They're going to come back for a few races actually. So
yeah. Like I want to see the throwback scheme, but I also want to see like a really cool looking paint scheme for them too.
Yeah, for some of you younger
track to paint it on the side. That's it.
For some of you younger fans, for some of you younger fans, Jesse Little's dad, Chad Little, used to drive for Roush in the '97 John Deere car. So
and for some of you kids, it's also pronounced John Deere. So
is
Yeah,
it
it's
Deere?
John Deere. No,
It's not Deere?
It's Deere.
the E is
It's
silent.
Deere. I thought you were doing that. I thought you were doing that as a joke, so I didn't say anything.
I was dead ass.
Is that
Oh my
around here?
god,
We're here for you, Darian.
Beaten.
dude!
I'm Darian's new autocorrect.
I can't do this anymore, guys. Goodbye.
This might be
The next time I
Darian.
go,
Okay.
the next time I go hunting, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm looking for all these deeries out here.
But there's an E right there. I just thought. Oh
No,
my-
you know what?
It's okay.
Do you know who the villain in the movie Seven was? It's John Doe.
I don't care. I don't care. I know what movie you're talking about. Great movie, by the way. So.
Hey,
what's
what
in the
is
box?
hey, what is this? What is the sponsor of this car? Nationwide?
Why? Nationwide. Why?
Here. So, fun fact and connected to Texas, 1998, Chad Little finished second to Mark Martin at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, boy.
He did.
Yeah.
You know
I
who?
know-
Do you know who his crew chief was?
Crud, I don't remember.
Jeff Hammond.
That's right, Hollywood Hammond. Forgot
Yeah,
about
Hollywood
that.
Hammond was his crew chief.
That's right. Dude.
Darian, this racer's a Gillette.
Oh, you know what?
Knock it off, guys.
Now we're gonna start with all these memes. So I guess I'm the new meme now and stuff. You know, because
Hey, my hairline was the meme last week. So
okay. Hey, you know what? It's about time. You know, his hairline's a meme, and I guess I created a meme of myself. So
yeah, like Awesome Michael says, KamikazeGames.
Gave you.
Well, come on, man. There's an S at the
Come on, man.
hey, you guys. Hey, you know what? You guys kid because you care. I know it.
This might be interesting. I went ahead and pulled up the USA Today rankings because they did that ranking. They said for the top tracks in NASCAR, vote for your favorite tracks. And you guys want to know the current leaderboard? This is pretty surprising.
Let's hear
Few
it.
surprises.
I'm assuming Watkins Glen is Watkins Glen is number one. So
Watkins Glen is first. Good job.
See?
Second is Texas Motor Speedway. Third is Martinsville.
Yeah.
Fourth, Bristol. Fifth, Richmond.
Yeah,
Those-
I could. That's top five. I could. see
Other
that.
than Texas being up there, I feel like Texas should be like 8th or 9th. That's not too surprising. But the surprising thing is that Daytona is back in 12th with Talladega 13th out of 20. Remember, this is out of 20. You're right. Vegas is last. Sorry. Homestead is 19th. Indy is 15th. Here, I should just give you the whole order. Okay, so I hear you're in my top 5, mostly short tracks and then road course in Texas. Charlotte 6th, Michigan 7th, Phoenix 8th, Kansas 9th, Dover 10th, New Hampshire 11th, Daytona 12th, Talladega 13th, Atlanta 14th, Indy 15th, Darlington 16th, Sonoma 17th, Chicagoland 18th, Homestead 19th, and Vegas is 20th.
Gosh.
Darlington
God.
16. Wow.
Wait, hold up. Wait.
The chat wants you to know: is it Porsche or Porsche?
It's Porsche. Porsche.
Chad, knock it off.
All right.
Don't tell me what to do on my own stream. you
Okay.
damn Packer fan.
No, you see, Griffdawg's new. This is just basically what we do on the stream. We pretty much just clown each other, man. We pretty much just clown each other on the stream, including
Sorry.
myself.
You should see the BS stream.
Oh my
The
gosh,
BS streams
yeah,
and the
BS
ARCA streams. Did you have the ARCA stream up, by the way? Did you have the
What?
ARCA stream up, by the way?
Oh, me? No,
Yeah.
no. For some reason, the chat was disabled right after. I don't know why. Maybe I pushed the wrong. Maybe
Oh,
I
so I
something
can't
wrong
watch
or
it?
whatever. No, you can't. So sorry about that.
I wanted to see your reaction to Natalie wrecking.
I was just like, oh my gosh, dude, she was doing good at first. Like, well, not in the race. I'm just talking about during the season. She showed some flashes, but then the past couple of races lately, it's just been bad, just real bad.
All right, so I'm about to leave, so I'm gonna have to call it a night on the stream. Sadly, early. So
Yeah, I think we're getting about to where we have nothing more else to talk about anyway. So
Yeah,
Fair
we'll
enough.
just probably chat for a bit. That's about it.
Yeah,
okay, so I'll catch all of y'all next time.
good to have you on, man. Good to
Yeah,
have you
thanks,
on.
Yeah.
thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'll try and get angrier next time.
Sounds good. Yeah.
We love you
thanks for
either
being
way.
on.
We love you either
All
way.
right, all right, peace out.
All right, later, man.
bye,
ya.
Kamikaze.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, Always great having the fabulous KamikazeGames on with us.
It's tough when everyone expects him to be angry, but we brought him in after one of the best races of the season. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. How could he be angry? How could he be angry after that race?
We've got to talk to KG a little bit. When he's not like doing the whole kamikaze character, so to speak. He's actually a really genuinely good person, and we enjoy talking with him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Also, Derby dude pointed out that Kentucky isn't even ranked, rightfully so.
Was it not? I thought I read Kentucky.
Oh, and also, by the way, guys, the ratio is not the best. 79 likes, 108 watching. So lick the like button.
Yeah, lick the like button, y'all.
This is really good numbers. We've stayed at a little over 100 all night. Seems like.
Yeah, and on the Iceberg's channel, which it is a great channel. It's just a little smaller though. So I honestly didn't expect these numbers tonight though. So I can't wait.
I've
for
gained,
next week's.
Over like the last week and a day, I've gained almost 80 subscribers. So.
Oh
nice.
Wow. So I can't wait to have urinating tree on next week. That's gonna be.
Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna be fantastic to talk to. I'm looking forward to that, and we're also gonna be having David Land with us as well.
Yep.
He's gonna be on next week.
Mm-hmm. Yep, both of them, man. It's a doubleheader.
Sweet. We're gonna have David Land and KamikazeGames. I wonder what KamikazeGames.
We just had Kamikaze.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, and urinating tree. Sorry, we're gonna have urinating tree and David Land. So we're
gonna have all of YouTube on next.
And I don't know, like the chat was telling us during the weekend and through here now that also Joseph Lombard wants to come on. So we'll figure out a day with him. We're booked through July. That's the awesome thing. Like,
I was gonna DM him. I was gonna DM him, but he doesn't have DMs open. So someone's got to get through to him somehow. So.
Oh, Tower Johnson. Yo, Iceberg, is it a coincidence that every time Menard gets the pole, Kyle Busch wins? No.
No,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it happens once every 10 years. It's like the Haley's Comet of NASCAR.
No, if y'all want to talk about coincidence and Kyle Busch winning, here probably, let's say next week I've got to do my part 3 of my prediction season review thing. But then the week after that, I'll probably take a break from my NASCAR Drivers You Forgot About series. And I'm probably going to do a video breaking down every race that I've ever been to so far and who has won. And you're going to be surprised of how many Kyle Busches is on there.
I've seen Kyle Busch win 2 or 3. I've only been to like 10 or 11 races, and Kyle's won 2 or 3 of them.
I thought you were going to. Danny B. I thought you were going to make a video about our podcast.
I'm going to, but I still haven't even got everybody's things yet.
I sent you mine.
Wait, sent you what? Like what? What things?
Well, our statements.
Yeah. Oh, were we supposed to do that?
Yeah.
You and me both. I forgot.
Sorry.
I thought I was taking forever.
Don't worry about it. It's honestly on a little bit of a hold right now. So.
Okay. And no guys, we're never gonna have Ultimate 23 Dragon on. See, she's a meme as well. We have a lot of memes in this NASCAR YouTube community,
which is fine because we like spicy May.
Can we name all? Can we name all of them? Can we name all of the memes
on one hand? No,
maybe we should save that for the Arco one.
Yeah, we'll save it for the Arco one. Definitely.
Same with everyone saying do my Kahoot. It's like, okay, we can't do every Kahoot simultaneously.
Are people really making Kahoots for us to do?
Yeah, they are.
I keep getting sent Kahoots in my DMs. I'm like, thank you, but it's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, thank you, but it's like I'm not gonna do a Kahoot at 3:00 in the morning on a Saturday.
That's funny. That's funny.
Like I know it's midnight probably with some of these people, but it's like, come on, y'all.
I'm sorry, but what's a Kahoot?
Oh, that's a good one. 1 second. IDK player says define every NASCAR YouTuber in one word.
A Kahoot is like it's like an online little like quiz thing you can take where people like can like all join. It's like an online quiz.
Yeah, I used to play it in school all the time.
Yeah,
like teachers used to play them and stuff. And
so people are making quizzes with their own questions, I guess, and sending them to us because they want us to play them on the air.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What was that question? Describe YouTubers in a word?
Yeah, describe different NASCAR YouTubers in one word.
Okay.
Okay, I'll describe myself according to one fan, misinforming. So
I don't know if you want to brand yourself like that. You get to call yourself whatever you want.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I guess factual.
Ooh,
Probably Tower Johnson's.
that doesn't tell anything about me.
I know. It's just I thought it was funny.
I like it.
Darian John Deere.
Oh, see, you guys are never gonna let me forget that. Never gonna let me forget that.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy.
Yikes! They're really coming after you, Darian.
Oh, jeez.
They're really coming after you.
Yeah, they're coming after me tonight.
That's 2 words, Reed, but I appreciate it.
Hey, I better go to my safe space. I gotta go.
I like NASCAR fan 48 for Kamikaze Games. That's good.
Yep.
Who is the EDP of NASCAR? Well, obviously Kamikaze. So.
Yeah.
I mean, he even said it himself. So
Jacob Hunt says Griffdawg throwback.
yeah, I could see.
You can't fool me, Tyler. That's still 3 words. It's not 1 word.
Oh, Eric, did you see that I labeled what you should call your fan base in your stream last night?
Well, were you the one that came up with Americans?
No, I was the
that?
one that came. No, I don't know who that was. I came up with double E studs.
Oh, I like that. There was a lot of good suggestions.
But now he's no longer double E dead. So
No, but the name.
Okay, this isn't a cuss word, and it's 2 words, so it doesn't count. But
This
it's
is Lombard.
for Lombard. Damn it.
Yeah, like the way he says it.
I noticed he does say
Damn
that. It is like a signature thing. So I mean, either way, that's cool.
Black Flags Matter. 1 word. Disappointment.
Dark Knight says Iceberg uncaring.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Darian. Right, Kamikaze? Like in that one video.
Wow.
Danny B. Sure. Danny, you got some stuff you want to tell us?
Yeah.
I don't know where that's come from. That's weird.
Well, the
Danny.
fact that you came right at the end of the Chicagoland race, bringing all your rain with you.
Hey, I was like, oh man, this race is getting good. I want to go see it. And I was almost there.
I'm so glad you hit traffic going into Joliet. ACS Racing Network, Affleck, Iceberg, cussing.
Yeah.
Hey, I've only had 1 so far. It's been over an hour since I've cussed. You know how good that is?
Eric, Bob Ross.
Oh, I think this one's good. Radman, passion.
Danny B, what am I doing with my life exactly?
Dude, you guys are just coming after me tonight. I love it.
Danny B, rain. Danny B's rain.
Rain.
I like how most of these aren't even 2 words or 1 word. They're mostly
Hey,
50 words.
2 words.
the last race I went to, Charlotte, there wasn't rain, so
Yeah. So what's your record right now? What you hitting?
I'm 1 and 2, like 1 no rain, 2 with rain, and looks like I'm adding the night race at Bristol and potentially the fall race at Talladega to my schedule this year.
Danny B,
gosh.
precipitation.
I'll mark those off my calendar. I guess I'm free those days.
And
Yeah,
maybe even Richmond, I don't know.
Eric, original.
Darian,
Original what?
Slide job.
Probably
I
just
guess-
original.
I guess you make a more original content than all of us.
Darian, Deary.
Deary. No. I love
That's just
this.
me, NASCAR fan 48.
Failure.
Failure.
That's funny. That is funny.
The
Mean.
Iceberg- the
Horribly
Iceberg,
mean.
the Iceberg lazy. I'm sorry. I'm the one who's lazy. Look at me. Like Iceberg is the one who stays in shape and stuff. So
I noticed this, and I was going to bring it up earlier. But are you selling your own your T-shirt there, Danny, or is that just for you?
I've had this shirt forever. You can go to my Spreadshirt. Like the shirts, I haven't took time to really design anything good. This is all I got. It's like just I don't know. DannyBTalks in a little square. That's it.
Hey, I like it though.
People pay so much for the Supreme logo, so why can't they buy this? So
Wes Graham says Eric, Bob Ross.
No.
Yeah,
Well-
it's the second time.
No, yeah. Do I? I'm telling you guys, I don't look like Bob Ross.
No, it's probably just the hair. That's probably all they're.
But my hair don't. I mean, you look at me from like 4 years ago. Yes, I look like Bob Ross.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not gonna
hey.
deny it.
Hey, Eric, can you say a Bob Ross quote just in his voice?
I just realized that my power's been out for a while.
What?
Maybe it's just in my room. But
No, there's
the
no way.
Wi-Fi's- Yeah, the Wi-Fi is on. Okay, I have internet access, but then my clock is at is doing the whole flashing at 12 o'clock now.
It might have blinked
And
briefly.
And my filters just turned back on.
Yikes. Well, the stream lives on.
Hey, stream lives on.
Well,
it goes on without you.
Speaking of hair, speaking of the hair and stuff, I'm about to put something on my Twitter that I've shown these guys here before. I'm going to do a little tweet here. Flashback from the stream. Danny B's first race in 2009.
For the throwback race, we should all show up with like throwback photos of us when we were like 12.
Yes, in 2005, I actually was dressed as Dale Earnhardt. Actually,
And, all right, it's up on Twitter now. You'll never believe this is what I used to look like.
I dressed up as Kyle Busch when I was 13.
I got a throwback from
not for Halloween or anything.
Here's one of me.
That doesn't look like you. Who the hell is that?
That's me crying after Junior 1 in 2012.
That's a banger of a photo right there.
Here, in case people are too lazy to go on Twitter, like this.
No. Make them go.
No. I'll show it here too. This is what I used to look like on Twitter.
you had hair.
Yeah, I laughed. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
I showed
like,
my
wow.
parents, and they're like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "It's Danny." Who's Danny from the stream? That's Danny. Doesn't even look like him.
Hey, did you go through like an emo phase or something?
No,
Like
I didn't. I played football and I just wanted my hair long for some reason.
Darian,
Oh, okay.
Darian, go on
Extra
Twitter.
padding.
Darian, go on Twitter. Don't show anyone this, but look
You know what?
you
Yeah, I saw it too.
You saw what
See
we were
that?
tagged in?
Yeah, I saw that.
What the heck? What did I do to deserve that?
Wait, what?
You can ask Darian to show you. I'm not showing you. It's like, why was I tagged in that?
Yo, this
Good God, man.
dude, it's kind of funny, but it's like, why'd you tag me in this?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna retweet it right now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, all right then. I guess he tweeted that out today.
Okay. Let's see. You got there's 3 replies. One from the person who sent us that thing says you look like a huge snack. Joe Schmo says you look like my hippie cousin, and Aaron Hall says you're Kylo Ren.
Yep, I am Kylo Ren.
You're the best part of the new trilogy that sucks. Were the best part.
I just rewatched The Last Jedi last night.
What'd you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
You guys want my actual opinion? It hasn't changed since when I saw it in theaters. It's a decent movie. I'm not a big, passionate Star Wars fan, so I didn't rage or have strong opinions about certain character developments. I'm not going to spoil it too much for anyone, but I still hate the entire B plot with Finn because it just makes no sense. It just logically makes no sense. There's no reason that whole plot should exist. But anyway, there's my movie take.
Yep.
It's an okay movie. Has some fairly good scenes.
Yeah. I guess my take on the Star Wars trilogy is, or this new one, like, since it's not George Lucas's, like, it's not, I don't know, it's not, it almost feels like a fan film, like a fan trilogy, you know?
Yeah.
Since George Lucas is not like,
He's not directly involved with all the stuff.
No. And so I just feel like it's like almost for the fans, if you will, which, I mean, that's fine. If you want to do that, go for it. But I don't know. It's just not true.
Well, Star Wars sucks.
Well,
It has all this.
With that same logic, people can apply that to NASCAR and say, without this person and this person, it's not NASCAR. So
Here's what I'll say.
Good tie-in
After watching The Last Jedi, I went home and watched Attack of the Clones so I could watch a real Star Wars movie.
Wow. See, I don't have enough. I don't have a strong enough opinion just to make reference and say things like that. I don't know. My dad was like, I went and saw The Last Jedi with my dad. He's like, he grew up with the original Star Wars. He's a huge Star Wars fan, like pretty much every middle-aged guy in the world. But he really liked The Last Jedi. So I feel like everyone's very split.
Well, I feel like The Last Jedi is like sand. It's rough, it's coarse, it gets everywhere, and I don't like it.
I can at least say that all the new stuff is better than Phantom Menace. So
No, it's not.
I don't know. Phantom Menace himself is a great character. I just feel like everything else was just I didn't like it.
Revenge of the Sith is better than anything Disney's made, though. Same with Empire and the original.
I'm not really that big of a Star Wars fan and stuff, but I saw the last one that came out. Not the solo one, the one that came out in December. And I don't know, it just sucks. They have all this like it's obvious they push like an agenda in it. Like they have all this like feminist crap and all that stuff. So I don't know. It's just all that
I just
shit.
didn't like the fact that like you're like Eric was saying, the B plot just.
It's dumb. They go on this mission that didn't need to happen, and then the fact that they do the mission ends up like killing a bunch of people.
No, and it's like no, it's like going there, it hits Finn. You know, I'm not giving away too much. It's like all you need is love. Passes out. It's like I'm waiting for the internet to crush them now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm sitting there. I was like, okay,
what?
Okay, that AT-AT can please crush Rose now. Like,
Because
can Mary Poppins Leia do it like one way or another? Just a spoonful of sugar makes the bad movie go away.
Hey, so really quick, got a good question here. My thoughts on LeBron going to the Lakers. I thought it was a good move until DeMarcus Cousins ruined the league again last night.
I got him.
What, ball basket?
DeMarcus Cousins went to the Warriors for not even a max contract, a 1 year, $5.3 million deal.
And then he tries to say the whole thing, oh, none of the other teams offered me anything. We're 2 days into free agency.
No, you know what? I'll say this. DeMarcus Cousins, that move was way worse than Kevin Durant's because DeMarcus Cousins left Anthony Davis hanging. Him and Anthony Davis, I thought, were apparently tight. Anthony Davis wore his jersey during the All-Star game. If that doesn't mean they're not tight, I don't know what tight means then.
To be fair, the Pelicans were better without DeMarcus Cousins. They swept the Trailblazers in the playoffs without DeMarcus Cousins. I don't think he left them hanging to dry. But yeah, DeMarcus Cousins. I know we got to rant about the NBA for a second. I did this on my Fortnite stream last night and made a lot of people angry. But yeah, DeMarcus Cousins. Boy, I don't know what you're thinking, buddy. I mean, I get it. He's like, oh well, he's coming off an Achilles injury. I get it. You're not gonna get a max contract because you're coming off a really serious injury. But we're 2 days into free agency, and you're gonna say, oh well, none of the other teams offer me anything. We got like 2-3 more months. You don't have to take the first deal that comes through the door. But Golden State's gonna offer me literally a quarter of what I'm worth. And I'm going to go to the Warriors.
Actually, it's interesting. I heard that he called them. He's like, just offer me whatever and I'll join it.
That's what I heard too. I heard he's like because I heard that the Pelicans weren't going to offer him anything, which is, I think after that, he kind of looked at maybe a couple other teams. And when they said no, or they weren't offering him much, he thought, well, let's just see what the Warriors are going to offer me. Cause that's a free championship right there.
And also another good point, Chris Smooth, a popular basketball YouTuber, pointed this out last night. He's like, well, Cousins is very hot-headed. I wouldn't be surprised if something came out where he saw that Julius Randle, because he was picked up by the Pelicans a few hours before DeMarcus Cousins left for the Warriors. I wouldn't be surprised if Cousins was like really pissed off because of that. So, and he's just like, you know what, screw you guys, because he's very hot-headed too. And
yeah,
I mean, I actually say what you will about him. He's the best center in the league, and now the Warriors, they basically have what's that mode on 2K? My player team,
my team, or my career,
my team. No, not my career. I think it's a my team. Like literally, they have 5 All-Stars from last season.
I'm telling you, their starting lineup right now looks better than half of the Eastern Conference's all-star starting lineups in the last decade. I mean, like, goodness. I mean, LeBron James is great, but then, like, every other position, I think the Warriors have an improvement. Yeah, Iceberg, I know. We'll stop talking about the NBA. But this
sorry. Yeah.
I go on Twitter, and this is, in between World Cup stuff, this is all anyone's talking about is LeBron James and then the Warriors and DeMarcus Cousins.
I've got no problem with it. I'm not a big basketball fan myself, but I got no problem with other people wanting to talk about it.
Y'all want to talk about it?
I just making a joke. Tyler Johnson, I worked 9.5 hours today and then ran 4 miles after that and then did this. So
I was going to say, if people talk about a lack of parity in NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
NBA is a disaster.
NBA, not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close.
Sorry, go ahead, Griffdawg.
Watch urinating trees video about it.
I was just going to ask Jared, what do you work? Like, where do you work at?
It's like a local construction contracting thing. So like earlier in the day, we were putting some siding and stuff and getting a deck ready, and then stuff for the basement. We've done bathrooms, just fun stuff like that. Tiring.
Oh wow,
lifting a lot.
You know,
and then I would work out after this and clean my fish tanks. So
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I just do this simple office computer. Like, I've literally just set a computer all day. It's so boring. Like, anyone can do it. Like, you guys can all do it because you guys just type in a computer and it's so simple. Just look at mail, address, and then shred it or remail it. It's so boring. I want to die.
Virtually everything I do during my day, with the exception of like YouTube stuff, I'm up and doing stuff on my feet the whole time. Jacob Hunt asks, how would you guys market NASCAR? I think Eric should. Eric's had a good way of thinking about this.
I've just been saying they need to emphasize driver personalities more than anything, and I think NASCAR's YouTube channel is bad at that, and I think honestly all of NASCAR social media is, and I also think all the drivers share the blame because all the drivers are afraid to say anything that their sponsors don't want them to say, so there really prevents them. Once drivers get retired, they say some cool stuff. Matt Kenseth, I listened to him on some random guy's podcast about 4 months ago before he had actually started the deal with Roush. So he was retired. And hearing him talk, he wasn't like bashing NASCAR, but he was talking much more candidly about the sport and about people in the sport that I'd never heard him talk about before. So
what did he say?
He said some cool things. I thought there's some stuff he said about he said he thought Kyle Larson was probably the best young driver. He thought Kyle Larson was one of the best drivers in the sport right now. He was really high on Kyle Larson. I can't remember. He made a few comments about the playoff system and the current aero package. But anyway, my point is drivers aren't allowed to speak their mind, which is fine. And, in MLB, you can't criticize the officials. In the NFL, you can't criticize, the league, or you get fined. I get all that. I think NASCAR also needs to take a step back before they hype up young drivers right off the bat as much as they have.
I mean, they haven't earned it. I mean,
exactly.
Sorry, straight up. Like, I'm not. I mean, I'll admit, Bubba, he gets hyped, but I mean, he hasn't really earned it yet. Brian Blaney, I mean, he has one win and stuff. He's going to be good, but he hasn't really earned it. And Suarez and Jones definitely haven't earned anything yet. If NASCAR wants to promote mediocrity, then you can go ahead. I mean, NASCAR should be promoting the guys who are winning right now. Obviously, Busch, Truex, Harvick. That you should be more focused on that, on promoting your winners and stuff. I know you want to promote young guys and stuff, but what if you do get new fans? They watch and they're like, "Wow, these young guys just suck." So, I mean, that's what I think about it.
Mm-hmm. I just think they need more short tracks, and they need to focus on talking about the drivers that are actually good, and let the young guys move into their own.
I know it won't happen.
If they hadn't told anybody about Chase Elliott until like next year. What if Chase Elliott could just run all these races without us ever hearing about him? Because the next year when he wins a bunch of races, everyone will be like, "Oh, who's this Chase Elliott guy? He came out of nowhere." Obviously, that doesn't make sense, but
Yeah, speaking of short tracks, well, I don't know if this is really a short track. I wish they would bring back North Wilkesboro, but they probably won't. So, but I mean, that's just me. So
it's coming back for the Summer Showdown.
That's right. I was just about to say that. I was about to lead into that. So the Summer Showdown. Yeah, so the Summer Showdown on Griffdawg's channel is back. When's the first one coming out?
I am still working out the kinks. You just follow on my social media, and I don't know. I'm just like still working out all this, I don't know, little stuff I was focusing on. I don't know. You'll find out. You'll find out once I find out. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific about that.
So yeah, you guys go subscribe over to Griffdawg's channel if you haven't heard of his stuff. He's a pretty good guy, pretty awesome guy.
I'm okay.
Oh, you know what? He said it himself. He's okay. He's
classic undersell right there. Don't listen to him. Listen to what we say about him.
And and listen to what we say in general, because we're at 96 likes and we need to lick the like button and get to 100. So please do that.
The like button.
So make the ratio great. Make the ratio great.
Make the ratio great.
So just a really quick question for those who don't know anything about the Summer Showdown. I do. Why don't you explain what happens?
Yeah, so Summer Showdown was just a little kind of idea for a big event, and my what if, I guess, out of that was because we know that lately we've seen like the same 40 or 38 cars come in, and it's like, what if we do have more parity and we can get more cars going at a time? And so 2015, 2016, we had 74 of just totally I wouldn't say random, but several drivers coming out. So 2016, we had Jeff Gordon coming back. We had a bunch of dirt drivers like Donnie Schatz, Steve Kinzer, Danny Lazowski, just a bunch of just a lot going on. And it's just been a big thing that started little, but a lot of people have caught on, and it's like, oh, we want to see the Summer Showdown come back, and it's just like, you know what, let's do it. It sounds like a lot of fun, and now that my mind is on the right track, I think it's time to bring it back and kick some booty with it.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I think it's even better. And also kind of explain like what's your whole deal. Like you were wearing like a suit and you had like a mic on and stuff. So like what's the whole deal with that?
I'm just taking it to the next level. My first I want to say I'm the first person to be in NR 2003, which is the video game I do my simulation on. Yeah, I just want to take it to the next level, do some show off some real life commentating. Probably not as good as Eric or any of you guys, but just gonna do my best. And one thing I wanted to mention too, it's still in my mind, but maybe like get some pit reporters for the race. Maybe get like a Hollywood hotel thing going. Like maybe get like Danny B or something like that. Be like a pit reporter and be like, Danny, what do you got for Jeff Gordon? And then you'd be like, well, Jeff Gordon is, and then I can't like, you know.
But then please do an impression of all of us.
The impression.
Yes, I want to see your.
Oh boy, put me on the spot. I don't know. Well, Danny B will be like, well, Jeff Gordon here on pit road, and I can't do it.
Gosh,
Danny, I love you.
Wait,
first,
you like him? I closed my eyes and I couldn't tell who was talking.
Well, you see here, Jeff Gordon is going to take 4 tires here on pit road, wedge on out the
What just happened?
I don't know.
That's not how it's done. This is how I would actually do it. Well, Jeff Gordon's coming in for 4 tires and gas. His boy's saying he's a little too tight coming off turn 4. Here he goes. He's coming in here, and there he goes. He's off that fast.
Danny, do you want to sign on?
Smooth.
Yeah. But yeah, just thinking of just different ideas. Like my ultimate goal is just pushing the limit, doing something new, doing something original, doing something that no one has done before. Like I mentioned in my previous video, doing like a talk show, and like no one's done it before, but it's kind of sarcasm because I know Eric has Out of the Groove and Real Radman has his episode and stuff like that. But like that's my goal with my channel, is doing something different. And like I don't know, like I like the idea of telling like a story, which is what my other series, One More Spark, is about. Just like, and what if we take NASCAR and just start it over again? And like no car tomorrow, maybe keep North Wilkesboro and just different things. And like I want to like push that, but I just don't have time because I'm working all the time so that financially I could like stay afloat and eventually move to like North Carolina so I could be close to everything and be like Jarrett, who is able to like just talk to Kurt Busch and just shoot the crapper with him or whatever. Like I would want to do that. That sounds so awesome.
And also, go ahead.
I was just going to wrap up. I was going to wrap up in 10 seconds.
Well, I guess another question I have is we were talking about this before the stream because some of the fans have been asking you, why do you do it out of order? So if you just want to explain that.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I mean, I hate myself for it, but I just wanted to be different, honestly, because everyone does it like chronologically, and it's like I want to like, you know, jump ahead, but then it's like jump back, and it's like, oh, what is the next step to get to this level? But as I worked, and actually specifically as I worked in 1987, I realized some of the flaws were coming out, and that was kind of the reason why I need to like look back, and it's like, you know, I'm working 50 hours a week. It's February. It's cold. Is hell a bad word? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Not really.
It was hell.
Warm.
There's a country named after hell called Haiti, so
that's nice. And there's also a Hell, Michigan. I know that. But no, that's the kind of the reason why I wanted to start over with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna start it.
Why did you say that, Jared? Where did that come from?
Oh, I'm talking with some people today, and they're like, "There's literally there's a country named after hell." I'm like, "Really? No, where? What?" I'm like,
oh, I just got that. Oh my god, I just got that. Okay, good job.
Okay, well, you know, let's wrap it up now. I mean,
no, I like this.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, geez, Rick, I'm sorry.
Oh, geez, Rick. But,
oh god.
But one thing I just wanted to mention, one person, I didn't see who it was, but I surprisingly am a quiet person. I like, even though I do have that Griffdawg show, I don't know, like I'm not like around groups of people, I'm just naturally quiet. I just usually like to take in the moment, listen to everyone talk, and I I don't know. I don't like butting into conversations. I like letting people talk and whatnot. So the people that are still on the stream in the chat, whatever, I'm sorry if I wasn't talking as much, but I don't know. It was my first time, and I just like hearing everyone else speak their mind.
Yes, it was your first time, and it certainly won't be the last time. I'll let you know.
Did you see what Brian put in there? That Travis Pastrana is going to be jumping Caesar's Fountain.
Yeah,
that's right. He is going to do that. That'd be interesting. That's going to be interesting to see.
I can't watch that because I don't car? Nah, motorcycle. Yeah, the same thing everyone else always does it in.
Now, if he was driving a stock car doing that, that would be some interesting stuff. It's impossible, but that'd be really interesting.
Dang, Randall, having a dark sense of humor is not evil. It's fun.
I'm just looking at the chat right now, and you guys are the best. I appreciate all of you. But staring into what incarnation? Thank you. Staring blankly into the screen for 50% of the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you were someone also brought this up about your summer showdown. Someone said, "Oh, that's a great idea. Have Griffdawg and Eric in the booth, and then me and Danny on pit road." As far as Jarrett, I don't know, but I mean that'd be a good idea.
He'll be in here.
Jarrett could be like Rut, just like in the middle of the track or something like that, and he'll talk to some of the fans at Norfolk Pro.
Jarrett is.
I don't have that much plaid.
He's laying concessions.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, like nothing is set in stone. I'm just throwing out ideas, and and then also in chat, if you guys have any ideas or thoughts or whatever, you guys are free to do that as well.
I'd do much better grid walk.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't spill any tacos.
Crack as the cars go by.
And also, speaking of grid walk, so as some of you know, I have my internship at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I'm from Vegas, so I'm assuming they're gonna have me work in like media and stuff like that. And I've seen a few of these comments on some of my videos. Some are like, "Oh, are you gonna like live stream while you're at the racetrack during the race?" I'm like, I don't really know, but I mean, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway is subscribed to my channel, so I guess maybe a good idea would be maybe to do a live stream, doing like a live stream grid walk while I'm at the racetrack. I might suggest that to them, like, hey, we can do it on my channel and stuff. And I just go around interviewing some drivers before the race and stuff. That might be happening in the future. So we'll see.
Hey, Griffdawg, how would you like this? And it's not like a joke either of saying like Jesse Iwuchi as in-race reporter. That'd be something.
Maybe.
Have a driver as an in-race reporter.
Or get Jesse to be in the race, or I don't know if that's literally what you just said, but like he's in the race and then he's like, I don't know, talking to us, and we can add some effects as if he's like in the car or something like that.
Yeah, let's not swing too high here, folks.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah,
why not?
I know some people are pessimists, but I don't know, man. Like, never say never, right?
Right, man.
I think.
Well, after this week, I've been pretty positive about NASCAR in general. This week's been fun.
Yeah,
it's finally refreshing to say some good things about it.
Well, it feels like how it did before, like when we started watching and stuff. It's just fun. I like that, and now we're going to Daytona after this awesome finish, and and all this hype and all Chicago and gaining viewers. I mean, that maybe this is the startup. I know it's 1 week, too early to tell, but it's good to feel positive again on all aspects of the sport.
It's always nice when you get a really good race out of a track that you didn't really expect it. Like, no offense to Chicagoland, it's a decent track, it's fine, but like you don't expect that.
It's got pretty boring racing in general,
but that's always really good.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's what is adding to the excitement of it is that you had this awesome race from a track that's been such a dud for the last 4 years. Probably 2014 was probably the last good race there.
Mm-hmm.
But
are you guys aware that track was never had a repave in its entire existence?
Yep. Yeah, I was aware.
It's not that old.
Well, and it originally wasn't supposed to be in Joliet. That's the thing that a lot of people don't know.
Where was it supposed to be?
Really?
My hometown of Rockford.
Really?
But it wasn't because of two reasons. One, they said it would do nothing to our economy. As you hear it exploding in the background, I don't know if that's a gunshot or a firework.
Probably fireworks.
Dude, it's Rockford. Yeah, dude, it's Rockford, man. If you know anything about Rockford, there's more gunshots and fireworks this weekend or this week. No, but yeah, they said that, and then there's the Rockford Speedway, and they said it would take business away from them for those weeks. And it's like you do realize people like, I mean, this is back in like the late '90s, early 2000s. Like you do realize people like Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch race at these tracks during those weekends, right? Right? Okay, whatever. You know more. Let's just ship it out to Joliet.
Yeah, clearly.
Tony Stewart was racing at the dirt track not far away from Chicagoland this weekend.
Yeah, and he raced. He during his career he'd race there. I mean, he'd come out in the infield with people. I don't get where they had those excuses like come from. Probably right out of their butt, but I don't know. I'm more upset at the fact that I can't just drive 20 minutes to a racetrack. Instead, I have to drive 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, the closest track for me is Iowa Speedway, and that's like 4 hours east of where I'm at.
I was gonna say I got to go 4.5 hours to Texas.
Yeah, my track's like 10 minutes away.
It's even in my same state, and it's 4.5 hours away.
Now,
I was gonna say you got a big state.
Oh, you're telling me.
for me right now, Bristol is 2 hours away, but I'm hoping to move towards Nashville, and supposedly people at Fairgrounds Speedway Nashville are working really hard to try to get something NASCAR, even if it's like the trucks or Xfinity there in the future.
Yeah, speaking of fairgrounds, Junior said he would come out of retirement to do a race there if the Xfinity Series were to get a race there.
NASCAR runs all 36 races in Cup Series at Nashville Fairgrounds. Just announced.
Oh. Did Waj break that one too? Oh shit, that's another NBA reference. Y'all aren't gonna get that one. Dang it.
Hey, I was
got
right
it.
up there
I
with
got it.
Darian. I was right up there with Darian on our NBA Kahoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was an easy one. It was like name this player, or like it was like who's this player, and it was like Shaq, and like you know, like
there was some on there that I was unsure about because I don't watch NBA, and so it was like for me to be up there right with Darian the whole time. Pretty good.
Yeah, but they were so easy. It was like Pau Gasol, Tracy McGrady.
Pau Gasol's not that easy if you're not an NBA fan.
I just knew because he was on the Bulls.
Oh,
yeah, see.
Dang.
But there was another one. I forgot who it was. Like I couldn't remember who they were. I'm like, I think it's this person, but I don't know. So I was like, I'll try it. Hey, I got it right. I think I only lost to Darian by like a few. Oh yeah, and Brian also says there's the Biggest Loser winner from Rockford. So we got that going. we got that going for us.
What, did he just like Google that? Like
I don't know. Okay.
Super freaking random.
Three good things. I can name 3 good things from Rockford. Well, depending on your point of view.
One, you were there, so that's 1.
Oh, okay, then 4 good things. Okay, so me, Chad Canals is from Rockford. The Sock Monkey is from Rockford.
What?
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Sock Monkey is made in Rockford, and Cheap Trick is from Rockford.
Okay.
I remember you said you and your dad told Chad Canals like, hey, we're from there, and he was like, okay.
He basically we're like, hey, we're from Rockford too. It's cool to see someone else doing so well.
Someone else?
Well, like, say someone doing so well, and they're like, and I think we said like someone doing so well, and he was just like, okay, and walked away. I'm like, what the heck? How many people from Rockford succeed? Like,
one of those things that,
stage.
Is it that bad there?
We're right there with Flint, Michigan. We just got water working.
Oh my god.
That's kind of how it is. Like here, like the country singer Rodney Atkins is from where I'm from, but he like doesn't really claim it. He'll claim Knoxville more than he'll claim like actually the Powell Valley area.
Well, it's like Danica Patrick will claim Beloit, Wisconsin more than she'll claim Roscoe, Illinois. Like no one likes Illinois,
bro.
People from Illinois don't like Illinois.
And then Middlesboro, Kentucky is home of Lee Major, so that's something pretty famous about us, I guess.
Bro, Vegas got everybody. We got Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, and the greatest the greatest Ram running back of all time, the man himself, Steven Jackson.
That's a weird way of saying Eric Dickerson.
That's a weird way.
He's not the greatest running back of all time. Steven Jackson is the greatest Ram running back of all time. He has the all-time record. Yes, he is the all-time record.
Tell me what when was the last time he played in a playoff game?
Actually, you know the answer too. You know the answer too.
I know. I want you to say it.
2004 is rookie season, but that's not his fault. That's not his fault. Okay? It's not his fault. He was terrible.
How many records does Steven Jackson have?
Well, he has the Rams all-time leading record.
No. I'm not talking Rams. I'm talking like real records. Like
that's
actually hard to beat.
Well, actually, he had the longest streak of like 7 or 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons. So
okay, yeah. And then who has the most yards in a season?
Yeah, I know. You see, I know where you're going.
Tell me. And in 14 games, tell me.
Todd Gurley.
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson in 14 games does better than what running backs do in 16 nowadays.
But also, I want to point this out. 2009, Steven Jackson was second in the league in rushing on a Rams team that went 1-15. So
Adrian Peterson led the league in rushing on a 3-13 team. So
1-15, 3-13. That's it. Yeah, I think Steven Jackson's better.
Okay, we're comparing suckage. That's like just
suckage. No way. Steven Jackson's a future Hall of Famer.
No, I'm talking teams.
Oh, suckage. Yeah, suckage.
Hey, guys, something NASCAR related, but we were actually supposed to be talking about.
I was going to say,
mute him now.
Hey, but last thing I want to say is Houston has Beyonce.
Congrats.
Good job.
Proud of you.
So.
Anyways, something NASCAR related, something good for the viewers here, whoever's still watching. When we get down here in the next few minutes, because I'm tired and really need to go to bed.
Yeah.
I see on my phone here, Rusty Walrus put up his review, the Chicagoland 400. Our old good buddy Rusty, he's always very good. So go check that out. Let that be the next video you see after this.
Yeah, go subscribe to him, guys. I don't know how many subscribers he has, but let's get his subscribers up, though.
Hashtag bring back Rusty's sub count.
We do have 103 likes, by the way. Just a heads up.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
We'll take it.
Oh, and DC Comics fan, completely correct. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Bring back Rusty Walrus. Please bring back your subscriber count, please. We would all love it.
Yeah, and then we're definitely having Rusty back for the fan stream again. He's got to be he's got to be on that one.
Wait, am I doing the next fan stream?
Yeah, but that's like at the end of August. So.
Oh man, so I gotta organize all that and stuff.
Hey,
but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
No, but yeah, you had the hardest trouble with that, so. I know about it.
Yeah.
Someone kept emailing.
Griffdawg will tell you about.
All right.
Hold on, one at a time. Griffdawg will tell you about that after the stream.
Oh, also, Griffdawg will show you
like 5 minutes or so. Oh yes, yeah, and then Danny's secrets.
Danny's secret thing. Oh, you'll see. We're gonna
you'll know.
We should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap this up.
I don't think there's gonna be no Danny secrets tonight. I'm really tired. I'm about to fall asleep.
Get it ready now while we're doing our.
Just get it ready now, please.
Okay.
Come on, it's a tradition, man.
It's a tradition. All right, so let's wrap it up here. So.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. I'll start because I also want to. I'm tired too. I'm Eric from the channel Eric Estepp. You can watch Out of the Groove every week on my channel. I do multiple episodes a week. Just had one the other day reacting to the Chicagoland finish. That was wild. And starting this weekend, the Double E Cup Series Stop Motion NASCAR Racing Series Tournament of Champions is starting up. I've already done one race. Got that ready to come out this weekend. I'm already working on a second race. I'm actually ahead of the curve for once on one of these seasons. I'm usually like scrambling, but I'm working on that. Very excited. What's Out of the Groove kid from Georgia? I've seen you in the comments. Don't lie to me. You make me sad. Make me doubt myself. But no, thanks everyone for being here tonight. Had a lot of people watching. Really, it was really awesome and fun talking to our guests. Thanks again to KamikazeGames and of course Griffdawg for being on. And yeah, I'll toss it to you, Darian.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? It's your boy Black Flags Matter, aka Darian Gilliam. Wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Next week. We got a huge live stream next week on my channel. We got the man himself, the urinating tree, going to come on. And also, I didn't know this until the stream. I didn't know this was confirmed. But David Land it's also going to be on next week's stream, and it's all on my channel, so it makes it even better. So yeah, I'll be hosting that. And yeah, just I know we got a little off topic tonight and stuff towards the end there, but you know, we usually don't do that. So if you're new here, make sure to go subscribe to everyone's channels that was involved in tonight's live stream. Their links are in the description. And yeah, so you guys go subscribe over to mine. And the live stream will be on Wednesday. We'll be back to our regular date, regular weekday, Wednesday, July 11th. At 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, so get over there. And also just a hint, I might do another NASCAR bus video, and it might be it will be uploaded either sometime this weekend or maybe next week. And all I have to say is you guys have been requesting this one for a very long time, so be on the lookout for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.
Did I?
And yeah, sorry. No, this is DannyBTalks here. Really don't have much to say. I'm working on another 5 NASCAR drivers you forgot about. Yeah, I talked about it earlier today. I managed to get on the YouTube Partner Program. Big accomplishment right there. YouTube says that in my first night I made all 50 cents, so I can buy a can of Coca-Cola and be able to be compensated for it. So fantastic. No, in all seriousness, thank you everybody who's got me the viewership, the people who are supporting the channel means a lot. You know, fact that I can make a little bit extra money on YouTube is a great thing in this day and age. You really always need to be fighting to find whatever ways of income you can get. I work a full-time job. Darian, are you okay over there?
Oh, well, I got an update. I just checked in my email, so I was like excited for a second, but it says your application to the YouTube Partner Program is being held for additional review. You see, I figured it's probably because of the name, so I figured that would probably happen. So yeah, we'll see.
That's a little concerning. I'll be interested to hear more on that.
Yeah, I'll read the thing to you guys once we get off, but I don't know why, but I mean the channel talks just about NASCAR all the time, so I really don't see why it is, but we'll have to see what happens. So.
Well, anyways, I'm DannyBTalks. Thanks for checking out the live stream this week. And yeah, that's all for me. Go subscribe if you haven't already.
Griffdawg.
Oh, okay. So it's been an honor to be on this podcast with you four kind gentlemen. It's definitely been fun to talk about NASCAR and ball basket and all that fun stuff. If you guys have seen my recent stuff, one trip to North Carolina, drove, good golly, like 4 whole Coke 600s down and back. So check that out. Summer Showdown's coming back. And like Danny B said, I'm also working a lot, but it's all for the love of NASCAR. So cheers to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you next time.
Thanks a lot for coming on, man. Good having you on.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it's great to finally actually talk to you guys like in person, even though it's on computer. But it's great.
We were supposed to run into each other at Charlotte, but it never worked out. So
yeah, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Honestly, during the race,
I'll take the L.
During the race, I actually went over because you told me like where you were. I went over there and I just started like looking. I was like, I don't quite see him. I'm not about to like try to cut in front of people just trying to find them either. Because like the race was going on and stuff.
Yeah, and like where I was at was so just packed full of people. Like I wasn't gonna like get out and like try to like seek you out either. But yeah, no, kind of a shame. But hey, our paths are while you'll be walking and talking, I'll cross your path and we'll do something.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming
Jared.
on. Yeah, thank you for coming on. And then I am the Iceberg. You can subscribe to my channel, please, along with all these guys. Links down below in the description to all of them. You should check them all out. Great channels. Follow me on Twitter at IceTitan80. When I'm at races, I do updates and stuff. This week I'll have a video of basically just a collage of videos from Chicagoland over the weekend, so that should be pretty fun. Next week we'll be on Darian's channel, Black Flags Matter, at 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. July 11th, Wednesday, we'll have David Land and Urinating Tree. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be even better that you're going to be there, everybody. So with that, just remember how to say John Deere.